So here you go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. Here she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle, you gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
She destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to school, Squirrel School. I'm super excited tonight because we're welcoming back the expert, and we're going to help make him an expert on all things Norfolk County, Turtle Boy. Now we're pivoting a little bit into Karen Reed stuff, and I went a little bit overboard on what we're going to do tonight, so I hope you're as excited as I am. Please join me in welcoming the expert.
How are you doing? Thank you so much for, by the way, having me. Like, I'm always honored. Hey,
you have your pixie stick ready?
You got some.
No.
Yeah, I got enough for the class.
That's amazing. Oh, you brought them for the class. That's the best. Yeah. It is Valentine's Day tomorrow. You could pass.
I am so happy you said that. I went back. I changed my shirt.
I just finished making Carter's Valentine's for his class.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Look at, oh, he's got a bunch of
little bluey.
Give out like little Valentine cards and stuff in class.
Okay, I know it's not tomorrow for real, but it's tomorrow at school.
Yeah.
School Valentine's Day. How was your 8-hour stream?
It was good actually. I was surprised, like it went by like the way. So I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but like I wasn't really all that prepared for it, and so I made myself do it. Am I supposed to eat this now? I was just starting that. I need to stop. Sorry. So anyway, I made myself. That's cool. That's very nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I made myself set it up and do it because I was noticing like the weeks were kind of going by very quickly. And then I was like, okay, well, we're going to do this thing. And I didn't I took a whole day off. Like I was going to do all this stuff and it, not doing anything. And so I didn't have invites or anything like I had planned all of this stuff. And
you invited me.
Lego. The Lego, I had the Lego thing set up. I mean, I had it ready to go. Didn't do any of it. Didn't do it. But made it. We had a good time. We had some fun people come on and hang out. Baker came over. And then when he left, we had the cool people show up. Good.
Wait, your sound is doing something weird where it's like not going with your mouth. Like you're talking and then the sound is coming through, but it's fine if there's nothing we can do about it. It was just confusing me. I was looking and I was like, wait, are other people seeing that too? Or is that just me?
I've been seeing that happen, and I don't know if it's me or it's. We'll just go with the thought. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me still?
I can hear you. I could hear you the whole time. It just wasn't going with your mouth. But it's fine. It's like one of those like cartoons where they like dub it over.
I've been told that I live a cartoon life. Hey, I know that guy.
Perfect. Hello, Zach. I was in Miami and it was the best. And I miss the sun so much. And anybody who lives in a warm climate, I need you to take full advantage of the sun and don't take it for granted, because when I got there, I realized I like haven't felt the sun. Even when it like is sunny right now, like you can't feel it. And it's like feeling the sun just feels so good.
That's why I go to the tanning bed, but I haven't been in a while. It bothered me.
I used
Sorry.
to do that.
I love tanning. Oh my gosh, it's such me time. Sorry.
I mean, it like really feels good. Before we start this morning, I shared a poem or a couple poems from one of my favorite children's book authors. And then somebody in the comments suggested that I read one every show. And I was like, oh, you don't have to tell me twice. So if you'll indulge me, I have a poem from an author named Dallas Clayton that I'm kind of obsessed with that I would like to share with you.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, this one goes, I've heard a dozen dozens, like, doesn't it hurt? Or doesn't that seem silly? Or what if it doesn't work? Or doesn't look like you should be here? And that doesn't seem quite right. And that doesn't make any sense, or it doesn't seem worth the fight. And it doesn't really change, or he doesn't really care, or she doesn't really love you, or it doesn't even compare. I've heard a dozen dozens in a dozen different ways, but the only one that's mattered is doesn't matter what they say. Right?
That's pretty deep.
Right? I've heard a dozen dozens, like, doesn't it hurt? Doesn't that seem silly? Or what if it doesn't work? It's true. The only thing the only dozen that matters is it doesn't matter what they say.
People always have self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't. You should be your number one fan.
Exactly.
Unless you're me, and then you just close your eyes and go barreling through.
That you have a lot of extra number one fans out there that can take over for you. Also, last time I forgot to have you like actually introduce yourself, and then
I'm a dolphin. I'm a dolphin today. I'm always a dolphin.
You're a dolphin.
Well, last time you had the chart of
I know. I need to pull it up. I was trying to. That was when I just told you I have two things I need to do before we get started. I did one of them, and then I forgot to do the other one. So hold on.
I'm a dolphin, y'all.
But tell us who you are, and also everybody always wants to know why you have sunglasses on.
Because I'm about 13 inches away from a 32-inch monitor, and I have no light on in this room, and this is how bright it is. It is, and it like yesterday was an 8-hour stream, and it kills your eyes, y'all. And once you put sunglasses on, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. So much better.
Yeah.
I need blue.
Smart. So you have your sunglasses on for protection. It's not just because you think it's cool. How's everybody feeling tonight? How are you feeling? You're a dolphin?
Always, yeah.
Make a dolphin noise.
No. That's no.
I feel peaceful, like the little jellyfish. I feel good.
Good, awesome.
Yeah.
Jellyfish are cool under black lights.
Yes. So at
That's
the New
amazing.
England Aquarium, they have a like a dark room downstairs. It's like kind of you have to go like past the touch tank. Like people don't know it's there. And when you go down, there's all these different jellyfish tanks with black lights in them. It's so cool.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, I mean, they're terrifying in the ocean. I don't go to the ocean. Okay, there's so reason why I don't go in the water, but I'm not going to get near a jellyfish if I can help it. But they're beautiful behind glass and a black light. And I like the seahorses.
That's why we have aquariums. Jellyfish are the reason for aquariums.
Have you ever, like, supposedly this exists. I've never seen it, but Atlanta has a shark whale in their aquarium.
A shark whale?
Yeah, it's like
a whale shark?
Yeah, I mean, is there a difference besides being dyslexic?
Yeah, because I think the word at the end is like the type of animal.
Is that always true?
Like a
big gorilla?
Shark. Well, yeah, or like a tiger shark, or like a.
Well, a shark tiger would be pretty cool.
Well, right.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, okay. So, wait, and those are the ones that a whale shark is the one that's the size of like like 8 school buses, right?
Yes, yes, and, like, I didn't believe it when people told me about it, and I haven't been. I would really like to go see it, but, like, I've seen, I've seen video, but not even I
That's
don't even think
crazy.
YouTube video. I think I've seen, like, people's like, "Oh, yeah, here, let me show you. I went to the aquarium in Atlanta." I'm like,
And they were just trying to make you feel jealous, and it worked.
I would like to see the shark whale, but, like, I'm not a big fish guy. Fish, they're
What's your
like
favorite animal?
I don't know right now. I do. Do I have one?
You tell
I think
me.
I do.
Why
I can't
ask?
remember. Golly bless. Now I can't remember. We're gonna go with koala bears because those things. I know they're not called bears, but
Mhm.
so here's the thing: they're absolutely adorable. But Australians are greedy with them. See, and so it's all part of the Australian. They're hiding them from us because they know Americans. Like Americans, we would rescue them. We would give them liberty. We bring them over here. We would cuddle with them and give them, freedom air. But
Aren't they
Australians like to say
mean?
they all have chlamydia and they all get. No, I'll tell you what. And speaking of Australia, you know what else is cool? It's a wombat. Wombat.
Mhm.
I think that's what. Yeah, because their poop is squares. It's so
What?
weird. They poop in squares like little bricks, like literally, and then they'll build like walls with it, and like they sleep. It's a weird dive. I know a lot of Australians, which is a weird anomaly to YouTube. There's like the viewer count, they're very low, the number of Australians that watch, but they're very outspoken people. And they've shown
Yeah.
me the wombat, and they're amazing creatures. They poop in squares.
That's how?
A heart attack. I know this sounds so weird, but it's
Whoa.
I like
My
dogs.
son is obsessed with Bluey, and Bluey is an Australian show. So I like feel like I live in Australia. We just hear Australian accents on my TV all day, every day.
Have you met Thor? That'd be cool. That'd be an Australian experience.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you what the plan for tonight is. I've been wanting to do this.
Awesome.
So for anybody who doesn't know, this is our chapter 3. This is class 3 in what started as an explanation about what has been going on with Aiden Carney, aka Turtle Boy. Why was he arrested in the first place? What was his relationship to the Karen Reed trial? What was happening in Aiden's kind of storyline? And now I feel like we got to a point where to totally kind of understand the full picture of this, you need to understand why the police would want to be targeting him in the first place. And when I was putting this together, I was thinking this is kind of where I want your framing of your mindset to be.
Okay.
Why Aiden was reporting on the investigation and the upcoming trial, right?
Yeah.
Why would, if a police department did a up and up solid investigation, they knew they had the right person, they worked really hard, they were proud of their work, wouldn't they want eyes on that? Wouldn't they want the attention, right? Does that make sense?
So for me, I take that as a public relations question. If you are, what's the person they have? The media person. There's always a person if something big happens, this is the person that talks for the police department. So
Right.
you want, so government doesn't have public relations. They call it, was it government affairs or something like that? That's what the U.S. government calls it. Anyway,
But it's messaging. It's getting
yes,
your
it
message
is.
out.
And and this has always been my big thing is as long as you're being truthful, you're trying to work as hard as you can and whatnot, there really shouldn't be a reason why you wouldn't want to talk to the press.
And so that's number one is if they were doing things perfectly, they would be like that public relations person, and I'm talking generally right now, that person would be trying to get eyes on a case, trying to get eyes on the investigation. I mean, like you hear all the time, press conferences when somebody's arrested and there's the whole team up there and they're like, this has been a team effort, and they're publicizing like the work that went into it. They're talking about like, we use this new technology, we did this, we did that. And what they're trying to do is get the public to like know how hard they were working. So the starting point is the police didn't want, they wanted Aiden to stop. They wanted him to stop reporting, and he wasn't reporting. It wasn't inaccurate, and it wasn't whatever. So then the question becomes, did they want to stop him because it was an incompetent investigation, or did they want to stop him because it was a corrupt investigation? Right?
Ooh, that's good, because you know what? I was trying to think where you were going with that, and I think maybe I've thought about it before. Oh no, I mean, it seems like I should have at least. What I was thinking was, does their handling of the situation of the investigation, does that also include all investigations? Like maybe. Like my wife, she watches a cold case a lot, and like they go back like 20 years and something, and they figure out like all this stuff. She was trying to tell me yesterday she watched like one of these shows, and it did who's that axe murdering chick y'all have up there? Lizzie Bourdain. Yeah,
Lizzie Borden.
Yes.
Lizzie Borden got an axe and gave her father 40 whacks, gave her mother 40 more, whatever.
So she did not get convicted in the original trial. But they redid all the stuff.
She's
and
innocent.
Well, of course, that's what the guy said. It was a male.
No, Brandy Churchwell just did a whole did a like 3-part series on her, and like she is fully innocent, I believe.
Then who did it? Jack the Ripper?
No, the dad was like into some sketchy stuff. He was like basically the equivalent of like a gambler, skeezy businessman back then, and he owed some people money, and he had a brother that was mad at him or something.
So what year did this happen? And by the way, I'm sorry,
like 1850 or something.
Like what is the skeezy stuff that happened in 18 whatever year? I bet you it is stuff that would make us blush.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I bet you they had some serious skis.
1892.
1892, like that's before Columbus. Wasn't it? No, sorry.
1492.
All right. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, so you open these cold cases up and you re-examine stuff. It's like how many, because everybody, if you ever talk to anybody in jail, they're innocent. Well, maybe there's a lot more innocent people in jail. We don't know it.
What's that quote from Shawshank about how everyone's innocent there? Anyways.
You've seen 20 movies, and the one you say is the one I haven't seen.
Oh, I love Shawshank. That's like my actually favorite movie.
The other 19 must be riveting.
But yeah, okay. So back to this. So the question I kind of want to like ask at each stage of this is, actually no, I'm just going to tell you the answer, and then we're going to go from there. The answer is, the Canton police, what we're going to see is that the Canton police were not prepared for this type of investigation. Like Canton is not a big town. It's a very safe town. They're not seasoned in they're not like the NYPD that's showing up at a crime scene and like they know exactly what to do. And they do a lot of really stupid things. And we're going to see that. And it's like almost funny at this point because they do some really stupid stuff. But those aren't the cops that are wanting to shut up Aiden. Those are just the ones who are like, don't talk about this anymore. That's really embarrassing. Then the Mass State Police are going to take over. And then we're going to really be able to see the difference between what it looks like to just be incompetent and what it looks like to be corrupt.
Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Like this is the part because like when people try to explain this to me before, and I'm like, so wait a second, you got because when you say the Massachusetts State Police, like to me, my equivalent is the state troopers. I'm like, what the hell is state troopers coming in? Like they come in like very different type of stuff, like speeding. You know, they do.
No, this is okay. So this is where we're going to start.
Okay.
It's January 29th, 2022 at 6 a.m. And Jen McCabe, and for you guys in the chat also, I'm gonna this is like like top, what's it called, like bird's eye view. It's not going to be all the details, but I know for sure already that there are details that I should put in here. So when anything that I left out, please remind me.
I thought you were leaving things out so I don't get squirreled off.
Yeah, but some of this like squirrel stuff is like what makes this really fun.
Oh, awesome. This is gonna be a great night. I need to get a
So okay, it's January 29th, 2022 at 6 a.m. and Jen McCabe is calling 911. They're in the town of Canton, so the 911 call goes to Canton. And dispatch answers, they send out a car, and the car gets there in 7 minutes. So far, so good, right? Actually, maybe even less than 7. She calls it 6:03 in the first, so 5 minutes. She calls it 6:03, and the first cruiser pulls up at 6:08. So far, no problems, right? That's what, at every step of this, we're just going to ask, like, is there a problem yet?
Okay.
No problems yet. We're going to keep going. The homeowners are Brian Albert and Nicole Albert. They're just cozy in their bed sleeping. We are not going to focus on the fact that they should not be cozy in their bed sleeping because there's people screaming outside their window and sirens and this and that. But for this, all you need to know is that they are the homeowners. Okay? Brian Albert, Nicole Albert. And there was a reason why I put that, and now I don't remember. So we'll keep going. Okay. So the Canton police arrive at the scene with also the fire department, but we don't really care about them right now because nobody ever said F the fire department, except maybe Katie McLaughlin.
No, I don't know. I have a problem with them. Sorry. That's different.
That's bad.
Sorry.
So these are the officers that pull up. This is Mike Lank, Sean Good. What's Mulaney's first name? Sean Mulaney, Mike Mulaney, Brian Mulaney. I don't actually know his first name. And
Mr.
Steven Seraph.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, if there's somebody that I can't think of your first name, that's actually like bodes well for you. That means you haven't done anything really super egregious. Mulaney, what is his first name? Okay, so these are the officers that pull up at the scene. They're it's pretty chaotic. Like there's the fire department and the EMTs are taking John into the ambulance. Go ahead.
What was the 911 call? Did they release that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can analyze that on another day. We'll get there.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Actually, can you not listen to that one on your own? I know I love when you do your own research, but I need to actually hear your reaction to that one.
Yeah. I won't. No. Like, so you know what? Here's the thing. Hey, J7, make sure that I don't. I gotta run things past Emily before I do anything from now on. Okay?
No, you can do anything you want to except listen to the 911 call. Maybe we'll do it at the end of this.
I don't know because like I do some really stupid stuff. Like you don't know where I'll end up at. I could.
Yeah, but that's
I'll
fine.
ask you first. Like, hey, can I talk about this tonight?
Maybe we'll listen at the end. Stephen Mulaney. Yes. Well, that's the part that we're going to get to on the 911 call someday. Okay. So they're trying to kind of like figure out what happened. So these 4 numbnuts are like bumbling around, like Karen screaming, the EMTs are over here. Jen McCabe is like quarterbacking everything, like trying to grab everybody and tell them stories. And they're just like asking questions like, oh, like, who is he? Where, when did he get here? Like, what's going on? There's kind of like no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. It appears from looking at this dash cam video. But it does look like they're all trying to like ask questions and get some answers and just figure out what's going on. They
While
don't
the police are
seem
there.
What?
While the police are there.
While the police are there?
Yeah, so the police have already shown up.
So these four guys,
and everybody's out there
superstars.
talking to each other.
So the three women, Karen, Jen, and Carrie, who found John, are kind of like they're like panicked and trying to figure.
They
they're
should
like
be
going
separated.
back.
They shouldn't be talking to each other. The police should have separated.
So
them.
and so there's the first thing. It's like, yes, exactly. They don't seem like they're controlling the scene as the police officers there, but they also don't seem like they're, they just seem a little bit out of their depth. Like they're kind of looking around. Recently, some more of the dash cam video got released where you can hear them talking in the cruiser, and they're like, whose phone is this? Like, okay, so should we go in the house now? Like, what's going on? Like, they very much seem like they're not entirely sure they don't realize that they're the ones who are in charge and like investigating this.
No, are these uniformed officers, or are they plain clothes?
Mm-hmm. No,
Okay,
these are
so
uniformed officers.
Okay, so they work like everything. They do
Yeah.
speeding tickets, car wrecks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
All right.
While they're out there, these four guys don't seem to notice that like nobody has turned on a light in the house for 40 minutes while they're out there, but they don't really seem to care. They eventually like tell Jen to go inside and wake everybody up, which you would think, like you said, that they should separate people. That wasn't really like in their mind.
Well, she can go inside and destroy evidence she may have on her.
She can go inside and do whatever she wants. I mean, it's Jen McCabe. She's allowed to do whatever she wants all the time, no matter what.
She must be really cool to hang out with.
You know what? Honestly, she probably is.
Until she isn't.
I mean, she seems very magnetic. Like this, that's a story for another day, but she has a way with people. Okay, so those four guys are the first ones that are there from like 6 to 7. They're local guys, so it was easy for them to get over there. And then we have enter new friend. We're gonna see a clip from Paul Gallagher right now. It took him a little longer to get there because he lives a little farther away, and he went to the wrong house, and they told him the wrong address. So like, still, like, doesn't really
the wrong address.
The police officer responding went to John's house. Unclear why they told him that address, and that's a question that we don't have an answer to yet.
Yeah, how did they get his address?
Yeah, great question. But so far, we're just going to stick with like these. Just seem like they and it's snowing, and they like kind of like forgot that they live in New England, and like they're like all of a sudden they don't really know what to do in the snow. Like they've never seen snow before. So Gallagher shows up, and we're going to hear, this is about a 5-minute clip, but there's a lot of really important things in here. So enjoy.
In addition to the glass,
can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
there was plastic cups with coagulated blood.
That's correct.
What did you do with those cups?
Those were placed in temporary evidence and placed in a refrigerated unit.
To carry them from Fairview to the police department, did you hold the actual cups or did you put them in something?
Nope, they were stacked in a bag.
What type of bag?
It was a craft paper bag. In this particular case, we utilized the Stop and Shop bag.
Is that any different than a
They were
bag
stacked?
in the police department?
This made of this.
They actually weren't stacked. I don't know why he said that.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
This is an important question. He needs to answer that. If he can't tell us how the sorry.
We do have a picture. You'll see a picture in a second. But he sorry, I don't know. Hold
He's
on.
not a credible witness. Sorry.
They hold on.
Well, there's a reason why I don't go to. No, never mind.
Wait. I need to write. Oh, okay. There's one more coming up. That was the longer one. Okay, so that was just so that you know how they're storing the evidence. Okay.
Sure.
And they're collecting evidence now from where John's body was, and in their testimony, they talk about how it was starting to snow, and they were like kind of panicked that they were going to like lose evidence if they didn't get it quickly. So they ran across the street
How do they
to where the
rain?
what? Yeah,
Really?
unclear. They don't
Okay.
do this a lot, but great question. So they grabbed some keg cups from the police officer who lives across the street who didn't come out to help. And one of the guys had a Stop and Shop bag like in his car. So they used that.
In his car. What was in the bag before the cups were?
Groceries. Yeah.
Groceries.
Gallagher does on the stand at one point say the only difference between an evidence bag and a Stop and Shop bag is the price. Insinuating that we should stop wasting money on evidence bags that are sterile because we could just use Stop and Shop bags. He said if he didn't see the logo on it, he wouldn't know the difference. But so far, the point at this point is, do you think that this is intentionally corrupt, like something that you would, okay, here's the question. If this officer, Paul Gallagher, found out that there was a journalist that was reporting on the fact that he used Stop and Shop bags and keg cups to collect evidence, do you think that he would be so panicked about that he would want to put that journalist in jail? Or would he just be kind of annoyed and maybe be like, I don't like that guy?
You have to look. So what would you call this? Like, I mean, is this intentional? I mean, so like, okay, you have the chain of evidence. We all heard that, right? So you have evidence has to be. DUIs are wonderful ways. If you guys want to ever like study anything criminology type stuff, just look at DUI laws because it changes every year when legislature's in session. There's something new DUI laws because this time they're going to get you. Okay, they're going to save everything. So that's what I was going to say. Incompetent. Like, so is it just that like they are so just glib to the whole thing that it's just negligent? Or is it? Well, one is is it intentional? I mean, was it just like trying to make things? I don't know, make the evidence just. I don't know what. I don't know how you go intentional. It's reckless, is what I want to say. I think it's reckless, at least.
I think it's reckless, and I think it's dumb, like it's incompetent. But I think if you were going to take it a step further to anything more than that, you would have to ask, like, what would be the end goal? Like, it doesn't. They're still getting the blood. They're still getting the whatever. What was he? Oh, just the cups were in the Stop and Shop bag. They're just doing kind of like they're not thinking clearly, but there's nothing in this to me that says like I'm doing something intentional to like control the outcome of this investigation. Right?
Yeah. Yes, I agree. So when you said, what's the end game here? What at this point, it doesn't look like, they're trying to hide something. Which is, and I've heard those rumors, right? So I do know about that. Like, it was like, I don't know, John O'Keefe was he had all the Epstein files or something, and he was going to release them, so they got rid of him.
We're not going that tinfoil. Okay,
but that's the best. So, you understand what I'm saying? That like that's where people they have. I mean, there's been rumors about stuff, But no, I don't think this is intentional right now.
No, correct. Okay, so now is when, hold on. I'm going to skip ahead for 1 second. Okay, now is the longer clip where he says a bunch of stuff that kind of like helps you understand his mindset at the time and what his, like the actions that he was taking were.
When you were looking around the area that was pointed out to you as where John O'Keefe was found, did you expand across the front lawn into the street during your search?
No, we didn't, with the exception of uncovering the 6-foot asphalt berm.
Okay, I need you to stick that somewhere in your mind that you're going to be able to remember that in a little while. So what did he just uncover?
A 6-foot asphalt berm.
Yes, and he meant 6 inches. So in 1 second, he's going to correct that. But what he means is that they didn't clear everything, but they did clear where the curb is, like where the sidewalk meets the road. And this is very important.
Did you say 6 foot or is it?
Excuse me, 6 inch.
What's a berm?
It's basically a curbing, but it's made of asphalt. It's curved. You probably have seen it. It's asphalt. It's curved. It separates the street from property line.
Why did you clear that piece?
Wanted to see. We're trying to find out why John was having a medical issue, and we didn't know if he could have.
So at that time, he didn't think that he was investigating a crime scene. He just said, we wanted to know why John was having a medical issue. So all of the evidence that they're collecting at that point, they don't think that they're collecting crime scene evidence. They think there was a medical emergency. Let's just collect some stuff just in case.
6 inches?
I'm not saying it's smart. I'm just saying that that's where their head was at.
I wish he'd have stuck with 6 feet. I mean, that makes more sense.
He means how tall it was. He actually did clear 6
Oh, I
feet.
thought he said he cleared 6 inches. I'm thinking because I'm thinking like, okay, so what's the medical thing you'd be looking for? I'm thinking, well, he hit his head, right?
That's what they were thinking, is that he might have tripped. They wanted to clear the curb to see if he could have tripped, if there was something he could have hit his head on. That's literally what they're thinking. So they're not treating it. And this is what I mean by like, it just feels like they don't have the experience of like how you're supposed to approach a crime scene and kind of like treat it as like whatever the most cautious take would have to be. But they're getting there thinking, okay, maybe this like drunk guy fell. And they're not thinking that this is like evidence that they're going to need to use in court later. Continue, Gallagher.
Tripped over a curbing or what turned out to be an asphalt berm and possibly hit his head.
After you made efforts to look in that area,
Just like Bob Saget went
to the Canton Police Department?
I did.
About what time?
It was shortly after 8 a.m.
After you returned to the Canton Police Department, did you receive any information or have a reason to return back to Fairview?
Yes.
About what time?
A little after 9.
We're going to come back to that in a second. So when he's talking about when he was there first, they do their whole solo cup extravaganza. Mm-hmm. And then they put them into their Stop and Shop shopping bags. And then they go get a leaf blower. And the leaf blower is important because it really gives you a perspective of how little snow there was at that time. The blizzard had not started yet. So in this video that you're about to see, we are meant to believe, if we believe the state story, that there are 47 pieces of Karen Reed's taillight hiding somewhere in this video. See if you can find them. Ready?
Close.
First of all, first I want to answer this. Yes, they do know that it's a Boston police officer at that time. In that new dash cam video that was on Canton Chronicle the other night, we hear Lank call in at like 6:40 and like in a very kind of worried tone. He says twice, this was a Boston police officer. I just want you guys to know this is a Boston police officer. So at this point, they do know it's a Boston police officer. And they do know that it is at Brian Albert's house, and they do know that Brian Albert is a Boston police officer. Looking at his,
I knew that.
Well, yeah,
The
looking
Brian
at his
Albert,
foot
okay.
right here,
Yeah.
how much snow would you say is there at this point?
You know, so I'm not good with. I don't know. I mean, it's like a couple of inches. I mean, you still see grass and stuff sticking out.
Exactly. That's the correct answer.
By the way, that was a horrible job of clearing the scene. Either my blower is magnificently better, or those of you who don't know, I did a joke. Like Emily and I had done a show, and then like it snowed here, which is very rare. And I got my leaf blower. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make your shorts." I did the leaf blower, and I started doing the front yard. And I put on there. I did it in pink.
Yours worked so well. It actually like really.
But I didn't even have the right attachment. That's what made me mad.
Apparently, they've been using leaf blowers at the Olympics to like clear off somebody said, I forget which sport.
I do have to admit, it did my driveway pretty good.
I just find this funny every time. I like don't post a lot on like Instagram stories and stuff. I just happened to go out for a walk that morning on like when all this was going on and took a video of my feet walking in the snow. Like I truly don't know why I even did this in the first place. And the times, and I time stamped it. Like you guys, I was like saw this coming. So this is a video that I live 10 minutes from here. I was out walking at the exact time that Michael Proctor got a call and then said it took him 2 hours to clear off his car. So this was the snow at that time. And it's like fluffy and easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the state of the world in that moment. Okay, back to Gallagher's. So Gallagher had just told us about how they were doing their great investigation. And now he's going to tell us he's going to tell us about how he gets a call to go back.
Receive any information or have a reason to return back to Fairview?
Yes,
About what time?
a little after 9 o'clock.
Why did you go back to Fairview after 9 o'clock?
Sergeant Lank got a phone call that Jen McCabe had more information
And where did you understand Mrs. McCabe was?
at 34 Fairview.
Did you go back to 34 Fairview?
I did.
Did you go with anybody?
I went with Sergeant Lank
Did you travel together or separate?
together.
When you got back to 34 Fairview outside, what did you do?
We parked in the driveway. We walked up, and next to the garage, there's a side door. I don't know if we rang the bell or not, but Brian Albert, the homeowner, answered the door.
As you walked up to the door, did you have a chance to look around at the doors in the area in front of that side door?
Yes.
Did you see anything out of place?
No.
You've been a police officer.
Something about the way Hank asked that makes me think there was something out of place. But anyways, so now they're going into the house where he probably should have gone in already. The other officers that had been on the scene actually did go inside, unclear like what they were doing. But now they're inside what could be a potential crime scene, but they are not treating it as such. They're just there to chit chat with Jen because she has some more information.
So, so she calls. What number does she call? I don't know
Mike Lank's. No, she called Mike Lank's cell phone. One of the officers there, they're friends. She had his cell phone number. She's friends with his wife, something or other. and said, "Oh, I just remembered something. Come back."
But she couldn't say it over the phone.
She couldn't say it over the phone. She couldn't say it initially.
Did she write it down?
No.
Because that's what I mean. That's what I would say. If you're telling me you have something to tell me and you can't say it over the phone, okay, like, well, write it down so that way you remember what it is.
That's actually great. Like, why did they have to come back? Yeah. Okay. So, but now they're back and they're in the house, which is great because, like, they should probably also at this point maybe treat it like a crime scene. Do we do that? Let's find out.
Yes.
Do you receive any training in observing areas or people?
Always.
What type of training? What are you told to look for when you're speaking to people?
I've been BOSAR trained, which is behavioral observation, suspicious activity training, and you look for clues when you're speaking to people. Whether they cross their legs, cross their arms, is certain behavioral characteristics.
At this point, did you have any understanding?
So apparently nobody crossed their legs or crossed their arms, so they're innocent.
This would later be a crime scene?
I did, yes.
What happened? How did you come to that conclusion?
Oh, not at that time.
Oh, not at that time?
No, okay, not at that time.
When you went into the house, what part of the house did you go into?
He still doesn't think that this is ever going to be a crime scene. So there's Boston police officer dead on another Boston police officer's yard. He's now inside the house, but he's like, no way. Why would this be a crime scene?
Room. It's adjacent to the kitchen, and I stood there with Brian Albert.
Can you describe what kind of room that could be?
Yeah, it was just a typical family room type room. It was not large. It was between the garage and the kitchen.
You met with Brian Albert?
Brian Albert answered the door and let us into the house.
Did you understand what his relationship was to that house?
He was the homeowner.
Did Sergeant Lank walk in with you?
He did.
Did he stay in that living area?
No, he went to the kitchen area and sat down with Jen McCabe.
Could you see the kitchen area from where you were?
I could see a portion of the kitchen area.
Did you see anybody else in the kitchen area with Mrs. McCabe and Sergeant Lank?
There were people in the kitchen area. There was nobody with Sergeant Lank or Miss McCabe.
Some people
Could
there.
you hear their conversation?
No.
Were you trying to?
So she's McCabe is in there talking to another officer.
She's talking to the one that she had his cell phone number.
And this guy, he's out there watching TV.
He's talking to Brian. They're just like standing in the family room, just kind of kicking it.
Kicking it.
And we're about to have one of my favorite lines of like the entire trial coming up in a second.
Listen.
Yeah.
Were you speaking to Mr. Albert?
I was.
Did you take the time to make observations of him?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll allow it.
Did you take the time to make observations of him?
Yes.
Did you speak to him?
Yes.
Did he speak to you?
Yes.
Was there anything about his mannerisms or affect that caused you any concern?
No, it was just a social conversation. There was nothing of concern at all.
Social
Was there
conversation.
anything about it that caused you to hone in or be concerned?
No.
I'll allow that.
But hold on, what's he objecting to?
Living area at the items.
You don't get to just say objection. You have to say what it is. Is it leading the witness? Is it relevancy? I mean, there's a whole list of rules.
No. This is Norfolk County. You're not allowed to say what your objection is. Bev made a rule. The judge made a ruling. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Judge Beverly Canoni made a ruling at the beginning of the trial that you're not allowed to say what your objection is. You can't say the grounds for your
Who was the
objection.
prosecuting attorney at this moment when she says that?
So this right now is from the second trial. So who's questioning him is the prosecutor, Hank. He's the special prosecutor, Hank Brennan. In the first trial, it was Adam Lally. And then that who objected was Alan Jackson, Karen's attorney. Yeah. If you want to state the grounds for your objection, you had to go up to sidebar. So there was a lot of sidebars. But you guys,
but how do you appeal? You appeal on objections. Do you guys? Where is this? I mean, I thought you guys didn't y'all up there in Massachusetts have something to do with like America and separation from England and the king and all that stuff. Shots heard around the world.
Yeah. We dumped some tea in the ocean and everything so that we could
I think
have the freedom to not say our grounds for our objections. Freedom.
Like,
yeah.
You have to,
It's embarrassing.
when you appeal, like if there's, this is why, like, if you ever see like a people do a bunch of objections, because if you don't bring up an objection, you can't appeal your case. If that's like, you go, oh, hey, this is, I meant to object back here, but I didn't,
Yeah. To be fair, the prosecutor in the first trial, it seemed, missed the day of law school where they teach you about the grounds for objections, because he just said objection every other question. And every once in a while, the judge actually would ask on what grounds. And then he would say, relevance every time.
Well, that's the easy one. That's the easy.
Yeah.
That's why I say you always object to relevancy. You always objection relevancy.
Yeah, it became really clear that he actually doesn't know what. Victoria George is an attorney, and she was a juror on the first trial, and she said that she started playing a game with herself where she would try to guess what the grounds were for each objection because they weren't allowed to say them. So a lot of times Bev would sustain or overrule, and you wouldn't know why, and you also wouldn't know that she sustained or overruled the objection because she would just re-ask the question. So it would be like, where did you go last night? Objection. And then she would say, can you answer that? Where did you go last night? And so it was never clear like what her ruling was.
Like you argue against it. So it's like, let's say objection leading the witness, and you say, I'm not leading the witness. What are you talking about? This is key to a very pertinent part of my argument here. It's gonna become crystal clear as soon as we get through these few little simple questions. I'm sorry, he's not paying attention over here. Maybe if the counsel over here would pay a little bit more attention, they wouldn't be objecting to everything. I think they just want a redo.
No, not in Bev's courtroom. The only thing sometimes she would say is, it would be like, where did you go last night? Objection. And she'd say, ask it differently. Or she would say like this, ask it differently. And then they'd be like, did you go somewhere last night? And then she's like, I'll allow it. So nobody ever really knew what was going on. At least I didn't. I don't know about anybody else. But okay, we need to get to my favorite line.
I object to your objecting, sir.
Yeah, pretty much. So Gallagher right now is standing in Brian Albert's family room in the house that John O'Keefe did walk into, in my opinion, blah, blah, blah. And they're just having social conversation. They're not, he forgot he's a police officer. He's just kicking it with his buddy. And Mike Lank, who's friends with Jen McCabe, is in the kitchen just kicking it with Jen. They're just everyone's hanging out. And then there's some other people there that he referred to that are just there. Like, so he's with Brian, Mike Lank is with Jen.
And,
like Brian Higgins is there there's just like
gold
some people.
chains.
So, like, there was a bunch of family that just got like super psychic that morning. And suddenly they were like, I think they need me at 34 Fairview. I don't know why. And they sent out a bat signal because like there was no phone calls or anything. We'll cross that bridge.
Tony and Christopher were over there in the corner.
Pretty much. So we're having social conversation.
No.
Did you get a chance to look around that living area at the items?
I didn't look around, just with my eyes.
I didn't look around, just with my eyes.
How do you look around, Emily?
My feet, apparently. I didn't look around just with my eyes.
I'll tell you what, if you can look around with your feet, there's a channel that you need to be on. Okay.
I didn't look around just with my eyes. Okay. So he's.
Holy cow.
And then here's what happens next. The homeowners, Brian and Nicole, Brian's brother, Kevin, works with these guys. He's on the force with them. So the homeowner's brother is brothers with these guys. So now these guys who are doing such a great, solid job, they're out. And I would like to play for you this Geniuses, and also Trial Channel. That cover photo is chef's kiss perfection because you can just like feel how smooth his brain is from that picture.
Right there, that one. I
Yeah.
like that.
He's going to tell us now about what happened next to the Canton Police Department.
It looks like Kevin's older
Okay.
brother in Home Alone.
Buzz, your girlfriend, woof.
That's it, exactly. Yes. We now know 2 movies she's seen.
Yeah, these are good ones. Okay, are you ready to hear
100%.
from this genius's mouth what happened next to them?
Yes.
Sergeant Good, what was your understanding on February 1st of 2022 regarding the Canton Police Department's role in this homicide investigation?
I believe at some point on the 29th, we recruited ourselves and
They recruised themselves. They had to recruise themselves.
I'm not sure I know that word. Recruit?
Yep.
I thought
It's
they
not
were
a
driving
word.
by. Okay.
They had to recruise themselves. Yeah.
I found myself.
So, such a bummer. They were doing such a good job, but now these guys are recruised. Bye-bye, boys. Enjoy your recruisal. So, post-recruisal, enter...
Dude, I'm such a fan. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Go on.
Now that they've been recruised, introducing Massachusetts State Police. So let's give the Canton Police a grade before we go on, and then maybe we'll take a fervent break just for a little commercial before we get into these guys. But what grade would you give their investigation so far?
Well, you always want to give them some room for improvement. So, I mean, he's maybe a B plus, a solid B. He's got to be maybe a B.
Don't
But they
forget,
can always
they did-
improve a little bit.
I mean, they did keep blood in keg cups. I think we
They
can go
did
a
show
little
up.
lower. And they showed up quickly. Like, they got there quickly. They didn't go into the house quickly. But see, like, we can't go F yet when this doofus is coming. I think C might be the correct answer.
Just average. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like, it wouldn't have made the news. That, like, what they did up until that point might have been like a one, that exposed that we need to train. We need a little more training. We need a little bit more like better access. We need to keep the evidence bags in our cars. We need to keep.
Well, didn't you say
evidence-
that they're not used to like a lot of crimes and stuff?
Right. And so
train.
this was kind of like a learning experience for them where
Mhm.
it was like, oh, like we weren't prepared for something like of this magnitude. What can we do to be more prepared in the future? It's kind of
To
like
be honest with you, if I was out there in that cold and everything, and I don't know this dude, I'd be like, let's just like, get out of here as quick as we can.
that's kind of where their heads
But I'm
were
not
at.
a cop. That's not
right.
my job.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really act like cops either. They were just having social conversations. So we're going like C minus. Like they're not staying back a grade. They don't need like, they just need a little bit of like after school tutoring. And like they could catch up. We're not like so concerned. We're not like, oh, we need to put you in like a different program, whatever. What fervent song should we listen to before we get into these gentlemen?
Well, I don't know.
Here we go.
Yo, it's your favorite cops back with another banger. Now sing after us. We're gon' pin it on the girl. We're gon' pin it on the girl. We're gon' pin it on the girl. We're gon' pin it on the girl.
Well, my name's
Trooper Proctor and I have an idea. Let's take this broken tail light and sprinkle it here. They won't even suspect that it was me, cause I won't even be at the scene. Well, my name is Trooper Tully and I take it from here. Got the CERT team already there. They won't suspect that I'm a crook, cause I'll tell them exactly where to look. We're gon' pin it on the girl. 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 Yeah, my name's Berkey, here from the grave. I remember very clearly it was a rainy day when I looked out the window and I said, hey. There was a big piece of plastic on the yard. I said, oh my golly, that looks sharp. And I'll admit that I don't have the best vision, but this piece was as big as a television. Yeah, my name's Bukkake, I'll save your ass. No matter what question Jackson asks. Mr. Jackson, think you can outwit me? Oh shit, remind me. What's a theory? Well, my name's Morrissey, and I got a treat. I'ma show you how to auto-delete. Every 30 days and we're in the clear. Wait, what's the cloud? Oh dear. We gon' pin it on the girl. We gon' pin it on the girl. That's right. We gon' pin it on the girl. We gon' pin it on the girl. Yeah, yeah. We might send you a nude. Our group chats are the best. If that's not good for you, we might send you a racist tag. Corrupt County Records for all the no-ass bitches.
So good.
That's awesome.
We're basically, that was actually like the lesson plan, because that's basically the next part of what we're going to go over. So, enter these guys. Dun, 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 dun.
Boy, Curly really's lost all his hair, hasn't he?
Which one?
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
Tully.
The Three Stooges.
Yeah, Tully doesn't have to shave his head anymore. That's just gone.
No, he'd be Curly.
Proctor's trying to look like Tully. Okay. So Michael Proctor is the lead investigator, and he gets a phone call at like 6 when I was out for my walk, 6:40, and he like makes breakfast, makes coffee, hanging out. He's told that it was a Boston police officer that is probably not going to make it, and so they're going to have to take over, which is also a little bit unclear because the Canton Police Department say they need to recruit themselves, but like also the Massachusetts State Police was supposed to take over anyways because they take over unattended deaths. So double whammy of why these guys are here. But the
Wait,
Canton Police,
Massachusetts State Police take over for a what type of death?
an unattended death.
Unattended,
Like,
okay.
so like not at a hospital, not like anything. They actually like go through all the details. But I think they typically still work with the local police too. But in this case, Canton Police is now supposed to have absolutely nothing to do with this at all whatsoever. Spoiler alert, they bring her car to the police station that's supposed to have nothing to do with it.
So they impound her car to make it evident.
Well, no, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So here's where we're
From
starting.
the Canton Police Station, where did you and Sergeant Mechanic go?
Okay, so he gets a call at 6:40, whatever, in the morning. Michael Proctor lives 3 minutes from the Canton Police Station. He just happens to live, like he's a Massachusetts State Police officer, but he just happens to live in Canton, from Canton. Even if there was like a super blizzard at that time, which there wasn't, he could have walked up the hill in this time. So 4 hours later, he walks into the Canton Police Station. He meets with the Canton police officers who are recruited, but they still fill him in, which I guess that makes sense because they had the information. And now, where do you think the lead investigator? So at this point now, the victim is at the hospital, and the scene where he was found is like completely unattended. They tried to put up crime scene tape, but it was the wind was blowing and they couldn't figure out they forgot how to like tie their shoes. So they didn't know how to like tie a knot. So they just didn't put up crime scene tape. So now The scene where the victim was found is just there, and
Yeah,
the
it's just
victim is at the hospital. Where would you go?
did John go? Was he alive when he got into the ambulance?
No, but they
Okay.
didn't know that. So what I've learned from this is that there's like the what do you call it? Like the mantra, that's not the right word, but that somebody needs to be like warm and dead before they're declared dead, because
That's literally not how it happens.
no, there's something about like the way that they declare deaths that like they need to.
I would think that you declare death by the lack of a heartbeat.
And he had, and the yeah, he did not. Yes, he was not alive.
How long from the
But
time the police got there to he left an ambulance?
pretty quick. Like they took over CPR. Like the EMTs did follow protocol. Like they seemed to know what they were doing, even though like the one guy was a little bit of a space cadet. He did seem like he at least understood like how to do his job. So I'd say like 10 minutes total from arriving, assessing the scene, assessing him, getting him onto a stretcher.
So Jen calls and says, "Hey, I've got a guy laying in my front yard."
Yes, that's
And
literally
that
what
guy
she said. Says there's a man passed out in the snow.
and calls a personal phone number.
Oh, no. So that's later. So she called the 911. Was
Okay.
it 6 whatever?
That's the one you
AM?
told me not to listen to.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, so she
But-
does call 911 and she says someone's there. And so, okay, that way then it's in 911. Because I forgot, or, whatever. You got scrolled off. I was thinking,
there's a lot of
did she call the friend and have him come over? Because I was thinking that's right there. I mean, you should call the police. You should call emergency services and have them say, "Hey, bring all the people out." You bring out the medical and all that stuff.
Well, so when she called Mike Lank, the friend, this was at 9 a.m. So now this is like 2.5 hours later after there's no more police there anymore. They've just left. Like, and Jen and a whole bunch of her family and people that had been at the house the night before are now back in the house. This is the saying, and saying is the word that I couldn't think of. You're not dead until you're warm and dead. Thank you. But so Michael Proctor is now on the job. He goes to the Canton police station and they fill him in on what's happened so far. And I assume in that conversation, he learns that the scene is unattended. There's no crime scene tape up or anything. And the victim is at Good Samaritan Hospital. Where do you think he, as the lead investigator who's supposed to investigate this, should go?
So, well, you know what? So, okay, before you finish your statement, I was already trying to. I jumped ahead and I thought I knew what you were going to say, and I was going to be like, so he was at somewhere else, but no, where should he go? Well, I mean, hell, they've already closed the crime scene at the place. He should probably see the victim, right?
You'd think. He goes to Jen McCabe's house.
The McCabe's
Should
house?
call him.
And who, if anyone?
I'm just wondering if she takes appointments or how that works out.
Yeah, that's unclear too. Also, the homeowner, Brian Albert, there had just been a man found dead on his front yard. He's also just like over at Jen's house now. Just, social visit. Okay, so let's find out what happens next.
Wanted to speak with it.
We spoke with Matthew and Jennifer McCabe, as well as Brian Albert.
Okay, so we go to Jen's house.
And did your application, or did you have a chance to view Mr. O'Keefe's body at the Good?
So after Jen's house, they get some information, and then he goes to the hospital. Good job. That's the correct answer now. You went to the right place eventually. And we're going to hear about Just pay close attention.
Meredith?
We did.
And where was that within the hospital?
That was in the emergency room.
And when you went to where Mr. O'Keefe was, can you describe for the jury what, if any, observations you made of Mr. O'Keefe's body at the time that you observed?
The first thing I noticed on Mr. O'Keefe is he had abrasions on his right arm. On the top of his right arm, there's approximately 6 to 8, ranging from his forearm to his lower bicep. There was no injuries.
Mm-hmm. Good job raising your hand.
Did you hear that? I was told I did a good job. So he goes to the emergency room. Is that what he just said?
Yeah, he goes. So first he goes to Jen's house. Wrong answer first, but then he goes to the hospital to go see the victim, John. So we got to the right answer eventually. It's now almost noon.
And John was picked up at 6:30, 7.
6 a.m. So John has already now been declared deceased.
Why is he sitting in the emergency room? Like there's other people there. Why isn't he in the morgue?
I might chalk that up to Proctor doesn't know
The difference between like seeing like a whole room full of people all trying to get into the emergency room and like a mortician. I mean, they pull people out of the wall. They're cold. They're not warm and dead. They're cold. I mean, is he just sitting there in the emergency room and you got like, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't speak language I've ever heard in emergency rooms. Who knows what they're doing back there? Are the kids back there taking selfies with him? I mean, what's happening here? Sorry.
That's a good question.
Sorry.
No,
You're the one who told me a pixie stick. I need a pixie stick. Sorry.
That's a question that I might chalk that up to Proctor didn't know where he was, or like Good Samaritan's not the best hospital. He might still just be in the room where he was. I think like his family came, like it might just have, he just hasn't been moved yet. His clothes also, like, as I'm saying, this is not the best hospital. His clothes are like in a ball on the floor. His socks get mysteriously lost and then found and then lost again. They're in like one report, then not, and then not in a picture, and then yes in a picture, and then not in the autopsy. It's everything's a mess. You do have to remember it was snowing, and apparently nothing can happen correctly in the snow. But at this moment, what Michael Proctor is describing is actually also the correct answer. He was asked, what did you first notice? And the very first thing that Michael Proctor noticed about John O'Keefe's body is that he has 6 to 8 abrasions up and down his arm, like gashes, dog bites. But they don't seem to matter in a second. Just now.
Well, I didn't take an evidentiary course for police, but as far as like crossing arms and crossing legs and guilt and stuff, he did take a real deep breath and focus, like he was trying to remember everything.
Yeah,
like he trying to remember what was on the test.
Or like he was about to take a big jump into some very deep cold water that he might drown himself in, and he just wanted his last breath of air before he drowned himself, because this is very early in his direct examination and he's already about to drown himself. Just you wait.
Underneath that forearm, both eyes were swollen and black and blue. He had a cut on, I believe it was his right nostril, another smaller cut, I believe it was on his left eye.
He has a 3-inch massive gash that actually killed him on the back of his head. Apparently that one didn't make as big of an impact. But so far we are in the realm of the correct answer. He has 2 black eyes, dog bites up and down his arms. But let's see what Proctor concludes from that.
Those are the injuries that kind of jumped out to me.
At any point in time, did you make any observations of the back of Mr. O'Keefe's head while you were there?
I did observe blood on the back of the head. I wasn't able to tell if there's any significant trauma to the back of his head.
He has a
Now,
huge.
from the Good Samaritan Hospital, yourself and Sergeant Buchanan.
Is he in the room by himself with John?
No, there was like a lot of people there. I think there was like you can see.
So how
like
do they flip
legs
him
and-
over? Who helps him to like? All right, let me look at the back of the head.
I don't.
I mean, if they're putting evidence in solo cups, what are they doing with a human body?
Well, these are the doctors now, or I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably worse.
I don't know who's in charge here, but what I do know is that he did just get the injuries correct. So 2 black eyes, a little cut, blood. He missed that one, and dog bites, abrasions. But let's see what he concludes from those about what happened.
Secure in evidence from the Good Samaritan Hospital.
So after we viewed Mr. O'Keefe's body, we observed a pile of clothes in the corner that hospital staff had cut off Mr. O'Keefe and kind of piled into the corner. The one thing that had jumped out to both of us was one sneaker, and it's fairly.
Now, quick question. How do you take your shoes off?
Well, I like to jump really quickly and the gravity pull them down. I don't know. You just kick them off.
Oh, well,
Common in a motor vehicle pedestrian strike that.
Michael Proctor says that the only way that you can take off your shoes is to get hit by a car. So the only reason why somebody would have one shoe at a hospital is that he got hit by a car.
He's been at the hospital for 5 hours. We don't know who's seen the body.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, someone's got selfies out there. Okay. I mean, there's some weird stuff out there, the medical stuff.
We don't even care about that stuff, though. All we care about in this moment is Michael Proctor even understands that the hospital staff just cut off John's clothes. He was in the ambulance. He was here and there. They put him on the ambulance. He noticed that he only has one shoe. He didn't think that that shoe could have been like lost in the transit. He didn't think that shoe could have been by accident in the ambulance. He didn't think to ask like, hey, where'd the other shoe go? He saw one shoe and he was like, this man got hit by a car.
When you say this, makes me want to ask this question. Did they ever find the other shoe?
Yes.
It was 47 pieces of glass. I did not make that do that. That was, I mean, it will do, you know how like it does, like, I don't know, you do
If
like
you
that
want to ask
thing,
some
the
of my
part.
tinfoil hat friends in the chat, they did not find John's shoe. They found a shoe that matches John's shoe. I personally can't do that rabbit hole. But yes, so at this point, Michael Proctor, and spoiler alert for the whole entire day, he will not go to the crime scene, except in the one report that says he did go to the crime scene, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, so he
so at
came
this
to this
point-
conclusion, the shoe, the car striking the shoe, was that a conclusion that without any other evidence? I mean, he saw Jen, right?
Yes. And there's your
Got
evidence.
his stories.
He got handed a story, and then he went to the hospital and he saw a man bearing injuries that did not match the story that he was just handed. But he said, nope, this man with those dog bites got hit by a car because he only has one shoe. And
no.
And
Like
also-
everybody here knows, like I have no idea about the Karen Reed stuff. Like y'all, I really like Broken Baker had me on in one of his things, and like Turtle Boy showed up, and I couldn't even see him. My whole screen was blank because Baker uses Eastern European technology, and I was like, I started hearing him talk about his court
Yes,
date was coming up and all this stuff. And I was like, to me, like, it's the constitutional issues that were that Turtle Boy's involved with. That's what just hit me. I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
wait,
everything here,
so
I don't know anything about the trial. I know none of this stuff.
And so that's why this part is really important. And to tie this into like what we were talking about last time, this man right here is the one who 3 months before Aiden was actually arrested, sent a text message to the whole Mass State Police like group chat and said, can't we just arrest him already? So back to the kind of like original question and comparing already where we are with Proctor to the Canton Police, do you feel like we are at I'm actually just into, like, I don't feel like we're at like full blown corruption yet, but I feel like we are at intentionally making decisions to fit a narrative that you've been told versus actually doing an investigation. I love that.
Okay. Oh, I just realized what you're
Because
you're
that's
thinking.
how this ties into Aiden, is that like these are the people now that don't didn't want us finding out about this.
It's I just now realized what you're saying. Like, I was thinking I was on different, we were on vertical paths, but they weren't the same path. And now the way you just, however it is you just said, I was like, oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yes. At least I think I know what you're talking about. I don't want to say anything because I want it,
One thing that actually is very important that I didn't include in this is that the Proctors, so Michael and his family, are very, very close family friends with the Alberts, the homeowners family.
Yeah. So I knew there were friends at home. Which one was the Proctors again?
This is Michael Proctor.
Yeah. It was like the a kid or something like that was in a wedding for like his something like that. There's like a
yes, exactly. Okay. Did we watch this one yet?
And did your application, or did you have a chance to view Mr. O'Keefe's body?
Yes. Okay. So now, meanwhile, 34 Fairview's just sitting here, all lonely and sad, and nobody's there. And now the snow is falling. But Michael Proctor has it in his head that Karen hit John.
You were responsible for seizing Miss Reed's car, correct?
Yes.
And you originally claimed that.
Okay. So I just need to know what that club was. Okay. So now Michael Proctor saw one shoe. So he's like, I know the answer. Karen hit him. I need to go get her car. So
did they cross him on that by any chance? They asked him like, what makes you so sure that seeing a shoe comes to that conclusion?
He says, from my training and experience, at a pedestrian strike, a lot of times people are knocked out of their shoes. He literally says it over and over. He also says it even now, like on Dateline or Nightline or whatever he was on. He just doubles down on that.
I mean, it's true. I've always heard that, but
right.
I mean, it's
that
a lot of things happen.
This man has no bruises and no broken bones, by the way. Not a single bruise on his body below his shoulders and not a single broken bone. But regardless, this is where we're at now. The wheels are turning, everything's in motion. So Michael Proctor leaves the hospital and Karen is now at her parents' house. So he drives over with Yuri Buchanan to Karen's parents' house. While they're driving over there, he has now not seen the crime scene or Karen's car yet. He calls a tow truck on the way over before seeing the car and says, I need a tow truck to come to this address in Dighton because I need to seize a car that was involved in a homicide.
And is this a tow truck with the company that they use? I mean, it's all. What am I asking stupid questions? Like, is it all in the up and up? I mean, they're used to doing this type of thing.
Well,
towing
That's a
evidence?
good question. We actually don't know anything about the
You just
tow-
called AAA.
Well,
Probably.
no. It actually does seem like maybe it wasn't on the up and up, but we never really find that out because the tow truck driver didn't take any pictures of the car and we never hear from the tow truck driver. So what we do know is that Karen's parents have a security system, alarm.com plug. And their
seen?
alarm system has a video of the Karen's car being put onto the tow truck, and the timestamp on the video says 4:16. Michael Proctor writes a report about seizing the car, and he writes that the car was seized at 5:30. Now, we're going to find out that the tail light. Yes,
Sorry.
we're going to find out that the tail light at the scene was found at 5:45. So if he did seize the car at 5:30, then it would have been so far away that there's no way that the tail light is planted. But it was actually seized at 4:16 and in the Canton Police Department garage at 5:37. And that is just the perfect amount of time to plant some tail light, like a little cute gardener in a snowstorm. So this is Alan Jackson asking Michael Proctor about how in the world did you get 5:30 from 4:16?
That seizure took place at 5:30 p.m. Is that right?
Correct.
You signed numerous affidavits under oath claiming that you did not seize Miss Reed's vehicle until 5:30 p.m. on January 29, 2022, right?
Correct.
At the time that you seized Miss Reed's vehicle, you were unaware that there was alarm.com surveillance footage of the area from which the car was seized, correct?
Correct.
Oh, look at Karen smiling. Nodding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
People didn't like that. I
That was
loved
false.
it. But
The car was not
Well,
seized.
you shouldn't do that though.
4:16 p.m.
Right. An hour and change, an hour and 18 minutes, hour and 20 minutes earlier. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you ever seek to change or amend the error, the false statement about the time
So
the car received and seized in any of those documents that you filed under oath?
when I incorrectly transcribed the times, it was on the first affidavit I had written. And then as I continued to write other search warrants, I used that as a template. So I never caught it on the first one. And that's the reason those times are off on the other affidavits I had wrote.
So the first one was false, and then every single one after that
was false.
There was just an incorrect transcription of time.
An incorrect transcription.
Yes, it means false.
Yes.
Call that
So-
error.
Objection.
Ask it differently.
Sure.
What do you ask?
Was it a typo?
Is it a
Yes.
Scribner's
It was a typo.
error?
So you got the 4 wrong, you got the 1 wrong, and you got the 6 wrong. And those turned into 5 and 3 and 0, right?
So back to the question from the very beginning. At this point now, do you think that that typo was a incompetence or intentional?
So we have the piece of paper, right, where he wrote down sworn testimony. And he types this out. Like, is it the same thing? Like, is there any chance that you do the first one, but you have to have 6 copies? Or are they different ones? Did I miss that part?
Then he used that information from his report to then write the search warrant and write the other report and this and that. And so he writes 5:30 on all of them. So you got the 4 wrong, you got the 1 wrong, and you got the 6 wrong. And at one point, they tried to claim that they didn't actually make a mistake, that the timestamp was wrong because Karen's parents hadn't adjusted for daylight savings time in January.
I was going to ask about that.
And apparently daylight savings also changes the minutes, and fall back would have meant that it would have been 3:16, not 5:30. And it's still light in the video, and in January at 5:30, it's dark. But at 4:16, it's not. It was 4:16 that they seized the car. Also, it's in the Dighton police officer's report. So like the town police from that town, they found the one good police officer in all of Massachusetts, and he accompanied them, and he wrote a report about what happened, and he wrote it happened at 4:16. So it happened at 4:16, but he wrote 5:30 on everything. Do you think that was on purpose, or like, whoopsies, I'm just dumb?
I think 5:30 got put in there somewhere. Like, so let's just, movies, television, whatever. You got the officer, he comes out, he's got and I had a pad. I had paper out here. Here it is. It's actually right here in front of me. And, he's got a little notebook, right? He's like, all right, so you did, and he writes all the stuff out. So you put a time in. I mean, that's what time you got. That seems, that's a police work.
Right. But so the fact that the fact that he wrote 5:30 on his reports when it really happened at 4:16, do you think that was an accident? Like the way that we kind of decided, like the Canton police were just doing some dumb things, but they didn't really mean to? Or do you think that was intentional?
You only one or two. I've got a coin around here. You want me to flip it? I mean, heads and tails. We'll see. I mean, honest to goodness.
Keeping in mind that the first piece of taillight is found at the scene, which we're about to get to, at 5:45.
Oh, yeah.
And
Forget that. So, okay.
If they seized the car at 5:30, then it is impossible for that taillight to have been planted there. It would have been there since the morning, since the night before, since Karen hit him. But
and there'd only be a 15-minute window from when the car was taken to
and it's a 45-minute drive.
Which which does make sense. Oh, okay. Yes. See, I'm on the same page now. Yes. Yes, that is. Holy cow. That doesn't bode well. That doesn't
And so the way that this is all going to tie together, like I said, is everything that you were learning about Turtle Boy and what the police have done to target him. Here's your answer why. Do you think Michael Proctor wanted us? Do you think Michael Proctor wanted multiple live streams every day for 3 straight years to be about that report that he blatantly lied on? Or do you think that he wanted the reporter to shut up and go away at any cost?
That's I can't remember how I said this before, but I was like, no, I definitely don't think that anybody expected the internet. And you don't know when to expect it. The internet, when it happens, and who knows why they pick up on something? Who knows when it's going to be? Because there's murder trials all over the country right now. There's all sorts of stuff. And there's if you look, what year was this?
2022.
2022. Okay. So, that's the time it was very different on YouTube. Like, it was, certain words you couldn't say, stuff like that. Right. So you didn't have a bunch of stuff going out there. You didn't have citizen journalists, like what you have. It's almost like they're literally coming out of the woodwork. And I blame it on because it was like, and this is my own personal thing, because I started doing this during the pandemic, right? So you see people where everything was fine.
This is the correct answer. Everything was fine until Turtle Boy brought the internet. So
that's it.
They went through an entire, so January 29th, 2022 is when all of this happens. And Aiden writes his first article in April of 2023. And
so like 15 months later.
Yes. And they were getting away. I mean, there wasn't really eyes on it. There was a news report, which we're about to see that weekend. And then nobody really had any questions. There wasn't a lot going on. There were hearings and this and that, and they were going to get away with it.
Oh, wow.
Was that time just right that I just said? Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Is that right?
I think so. It sounds that way. Like a year later, because I know what you're talking about with the first
Or was it
article
April of that year?
Okay, well, let's say it is. Let's
Years
say
are
it is.
not making sense in my head right now. Hold on.
That's fine. Nothing makes sense. Time's not real. It's much like
no,
words.
that's right. That was right. Sorry. 2023.
So if it's
and then
okay, so it is 15 months or 16 months, whatever it is.
Is that right?
Over a year before his first article.
And then the first trial was in 2024, and then yes. Sorry, I just forgot what year it was right now. That's yeah.
You don't smell toast burning, do you?
No, it's just late. Okay, so
it's only 10:30. I've been pounding pixie sticks all afternoon because you told me to.
Okay, so that happened. Okay, so he lied on his report. Now we, the police department. Yes, okay, that was correct. I just really, my brain just really shut off for a second. That was very confusing.
That is what is so beautiful about chat. They will help you out.
Yeah, I needed that. I really don't know what just all of a sudden
it's the buttons. You get back here, you're pushing buttons, and you're doing such a great job. You're very focused. You're very intense.
But you know
on
why
this.
it didn't make sense is because it's actually bananas to think about.
It is. So you've said that to me before because you guys, and you're not the only one. I want to say you guys. People say it's so crazy watching me for the first time see this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I saw that. I love that one. That was cool.
I love that. Well, no, it's it really also just you can almost get in their head of they were probably really panicked for a while, and then kind of things started to just be normal, and they weren't thinking about this every day, and they were like, oh wow, okay, moving on to the next case that we can do a shit investigation. And it really explains why Aiden coming into their orbit hit them like a ton of bricks, where it's get this guy, take away his internet privileges, take away his cell phones, take away his freedom, take whatever we can do to get him to stop telling people what we did. Oh, I really like that idea. Okay, so now this is why they lied, basically. So this map shows, if you can see down here, it is 4 minutes. Can we zoom in on that? No, can't zoom on this. It is, a 4-minute drive from the Canton Police Department over here to 34 Fairview to the scene. So while Michael Proctor and Yuri Buchanan were going on their tour of New England on this day, they're not the only Massachusetts state police officers that are alive and exist. And there are other officers that could have also been fanning out and doing multiple things. So these guys are at the hospital. There could have been another team at Karen's parents' house. There could have been another team at the scene, but no, we don't really do that. So enter.
In an area, was it, how big's Canton? Is it Canton that was 750,000 people?
No, that was Norfolk County. Canton is 35,000 or something.
Still, there's a sheriff.
But this is, they're all over. It's all within a 45-minute drive or whatever, but they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And just the two of them are trying to do everything instead of teams of people out there. And I say that because now we are entering Brian Tully, introducing Brian Tully. Okay.
Shortly after noontime.
So there's a team in the Massachusetts State Police called the CERT team. It's the Special Emergency Response Team or something, maybe. I don't exactly know what it stands for, but the CERT team is called typically for like a missing hiker. Like, oh, this person didn't, like, their car is here. They were supposed to be back at noon. It's now getting dark and cold, and like the hiker is missing. We need to like fan out and find the missing hiker. Brian Tully.
Sir, okay, I'm sorry, I had to look that up because I was like, that sounds familiar to me. It's FEMA. It's a federal government thing, and it's Community Emergency Response Team. So yeah, it is. It's like when something happens, if a dam, collapses, a tornado comes through. So there's a CERT team that goes out there and they do all their stuff. It's an amazing organization. I've seen them do tornadoes.
Exactly. Brilliant. I'm glad you have that image in your head. Tully calls the CERT team to search a 30 by 30 square foot front yard.
I don't think that's how they're supposed to be used.
No, but then you have some witnesses who can attest to the fact that we just found this taillight here. We're emergency response people. We have they are not involved in the like cover up or anything, which we're going to see in a second. And they are basically there as pawns for Tully to be like, well, if Proctor and Tully just went over to 34 Fairview and said, we found taillight, there's a chance that people would be like, really? But because they called these 7 trained emergency response people,
during a blizzard, right?
Yes. And
because a CERT team, I would think, would handle blizzards too.
Yeah, they probably had other things they should have been doing. Like there was probably actual, like this was like a shut the state down blizzard. I'm positive there was a real emergency somewhere, but 7 CERT team members are linking arms, walking a front yard. And let's see about the timing of this. So just remember now.
The front yard that got the blow dryer on it.
Yeah. Yeah. A blow dryer probably would have worked just as well.
Okay. How long are you going to do this before you tell me this is just a big joke? I mean, you got to be pulling my leg. Y'all, I know I say it every time, but you're pulling my leg on this. This is not real.
This is also very important. So keep in mind how much snow there was
more than
in the leaf blower video. Now just wait. Okay, so here we go.
We had learned more information that necessitated a broader search. So I had reached out to Lieutenant Kevin O'Hara with the State Police CERT team to assist with processing of a scene.
I was about to fall asleep.
I think that he is trying to remember how to like appear like he's not the evil mastermind that he is. Because he is the evil mastermind, spoiler alert. In my opinion, blah, 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 whatever is not defaming him or something. So he calls Kevin O'Hara, who this is like a friend, but we like Kevin O'Hara. I like Kevin O'Hara. But he says around noontime, they find out information that necessitates a broader search. Noon.
What day are we on right now?
We're still on the same day. So Michael Proctor's now leaving the hospital to go to care.
Before the car got out.
Yeah. At post-hospital, post-Jen McCabe house, post-hospital, pre-Karen's family's home, Brian Tully gets the CERT team involved. And when I say involved, he just calls and says, hey, heads up. We're going to need you, but not quite yet. It's not ready yet. I'm making you a special surprise, but just stand by because the special surprise isn't ready yet.
And so since we were going to be processing a scene, it was prudent for me to leave my house, dig out, and drive to Canton.
You had to dig out?
Yes, at that point there was snow, so that actually wasn't dumb. And no, we haven't even done Trooper Paul. Oh my gosh, there's so much. It's actually so fun. Yeah, you're so lucky. You have so much to look forward to.
What's going on? I'm so confused. I love it though. Oh,
so
that
this
guy.
is an honest man. This is a CERT team member, and this is a compilation clip that I made. It's
Okay.
about 50 seconds, and you just watch Kevin O'Hara.
That's who this is. Oh no, we just watched him.
So we just watched Tully. So Tully, Tully is that guy. This is the CERT team member that Tully bamboozled, and that he calls him to come walk the front yard. And now at this point, so the CERT team, I skipped over a couple little details, but basically he calls these guys at 2:00 and he literally says to them hey, I'm going to need you, but not quite yet, because the surprise isn't ready for you yet. And then at 3:00, he's hey guys, stand by. The surprise isn't ready yet, but I'm making it for you. And then at 4:00, he's okay, you can start to dig out your cards, but don't drive too fast, because the surprise still isn't ready, but soon. And then at 5:15, he's okay, it's almost ready for you. And then the car gets to the Canton Police Department at 5:37. And then he's at 5:45, he's okay, guys, the surprise is ready. Let's go look. And then he's whoa, just wait.
Your choice of words it made me so happy. I don't know why. I was just this is the greatest thing in the world. I'm so blessed. This is awesome. Thank you. This is awesome. I love y'all.
He made them a little treasure hunt.
Oh, what a nice guy. We all like scavenger hunts.
It's when the Easter Bunny is okay, the Easter Bunny's laying the eggs outside, but they're not ready yet. Almost there.
A call from Lieutenant. Yes, I received a call from Lieutenant Tully. He called me at 2:32 p.m. We were guided by Lieutenant Tully's information he was able to provide for me, because Lieutenant Tully had already arrived on scene. He was technically the third member of the state police on scene.
He ultimately, at some point, did direct you to a location behind you, which you were not currently focused on, toward the flagpole, the fire hydrant, you said.
Yeah, I wasn't focused on any area.
We just need to talk about that for a second.
All right.
We just need to replay this part. So Tully calls the CERT team, but then he's hey, you guys, look over there. And so they're all focused over here. And then
currently focused on, toward behind you.
On scene?
He ultimately, at some point, did direct you to a location behind you, which you were not currently focused on, toward the flagpole, the fire hydrant, you said.
Yeah, I wasn't focused on any area at that time, sir, no.
You marked.
Now tell me that is not the face of a man who's this motherfucker, not Alan Jackson, Brian Tully, was a big fat liar, but I can't say it. So I'm just going to try to laser beam holes into the ground and fall into the earth and never come back.
So you're thinking that he realizes it right now?
No, I think he already knows it, but he doesn't even like having to be a part of it and say it out loud.
Because the way you said that, I was oh my gosh, could you imagine? This is the you're sitting there as a witness going,
I think he already knows, but he's doesn't want to be a part of it. Also, he got a promotion right after this, and then he resigned.
He resigned?
I don't know why, but
how many years did he have in with the government?
I don't know.
Because their retirement's based off their highest pay.
Right. It doesn't seem like you would get a promotion and then immediately resign, retire, whatever. That's just me.
But if you were going to retire.
But if I'm thinking from morale, for me, I would not want to be a part of an organization that I knew did something like this. And I get that vibe from him. I could be totally wrong. He could be evil too. But okay. So Brian Tully tells them, go over to parallel with the front door of the house, go over there. Mm-hmm. And then he says, whoa, guys, over here, look. And let this play out.
8 to 10 feet without finding any other evidence. Lieutenant Tully and I had a discussion. I think we determined we found everything we were going to find that evening.
Do you examine or study the depth of those items when they were found?
I did not, sir. Gave him a glance when our team members told us we found something, and then Lieutenant Tully took over documentation.
Okay, now just wait a second. I want you to remember the leaf blower video and how you could see like they were stepping into the snow, but you said you could still see grass.
Mhm.
This is the news report. So they're just happy. I mean, thank goodness, because nobody else was documenting anything. WBZ News went out in the blizzard and did a live news report, and they're videotaping the scene. And I don't know, chat people, if it's possible to do some kind of request to WBZ to get the full unedited video, but can we do that? Because I would like that. So there were no pieces of taillight found in that leaf blower video. However, now we don't really have to watch the whole thing, but now in this scene,
Almost 12 hours later, right?
yep. Look what we find.
The front of 34 Fairview Road in Canton and the flagpole I previously mentioned.
And if you could, using the laser pointer, just direct the jury's attention to what, if anything, of significance you observe in this.
Taillight
So
on the mountain.
this picture was taken to memorialize this piece of red plastic here.
On top of the mountain of snow.
And again, Lieutenant, do you recognize what's up on the screen as Exhibit 114?
Yes.
Hang on a second. I got to get a closer look at this.
And just to be clear, what Brian Tully says in this moment is that they had shoveled and then saw the taillight, so then they like placed it back on top of this mountain. But
Hang on, don't move that. No, I want to take a screenshot of that real quick.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here going, holy cow, like I can't believe. Like I'm turning on my lights and stuff, and hang on a second.
And just to be like super clear about this,
Mhm.
the way that Tully describes it is that like, so, oh, we were just like blindly shoveling in this spot, and then we just like needle in a haystack. We just like found this piece of taillight. However, there is no spot in the snow that they got down to pavement or grass to find that. And the only place, even just to go back here for a second, just to put a fine point on that, even where the road has been plowed
was found
is not down to the pavement. So like Lucky was kind of slacking a little bit, you guys, but there is nowhere that we are down to pavement or grass. And at the time that John was hit by Karen, there was less than a centimeter of snow.
So, okay, one, is that what your roads look like after they've been plowed?
No, this is sometimes listen, we love Lucky. He's the snowplow driver. We're not going to, this is not his best work. It was a long day. Yes, they found 4 pieces. We will get to that. They found some clear pieces. So special. They found the diffuser. Okay, so back to Tully's.
The front of 34 Fairview Road in Canton and the flagpole I previously mentioned.
And if you could, using the laser pointer, just direct the jury's attention to what, if anything, of significance you observe in this exhibit.
So this picture was taken.
There's a fire hydrant out there.
Piece of red plastic here.
And again, Lieutenant, do you recognize what's up on the screen as Exhibit 114?
Yes.
Like this picture doesn't even look like they were trying. This is a joke.
It's that same.
Yeah, right there.
Red plastic. The purpose is.
Yep. So they found it. Surprise! The Easter Bunny left it for us.
I mean, right behind a fire hydrant.
This is what they found. This little guy. Look at that.
That doesn't even look like, that's not the same thing as what I'm looking at in the snow.
That's
sorry.
Wait, that's actually a great point. Hold on. Is it
The-
the same?
No, exactly.
As overalls, and as I get closer.
Okay, wait. How do I hold on?
You want me to just send you this picture?
Okay, wait. Is that the same as that?
It doesn't look the same to me.
It does not look the same. Wait. Hold on.
I mean, right? All right, hang on. Stop right there. Let me take a screenshot of that one now.
Wait.
Let's see. Oop. Hey, I actually went in there. Oh, hey, let me get both of them.
Maybe it's just turned. Hold on. That is one. It could just be turned.
Yeah, but go back to the original picture.
I think you're right, actually, because this has like depth. Like that's like the corner of a tail light.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. And this is like a flat piece. Oh my God, they're not the same.
I mean, they don't look. I mean, I'm not looking at them, and I don't have them in my hand type of thing, but
like this, okay, that you can't see where I'm pointing, but like on the right side, like that looks like depth, like right?
with the shadow. So there's a shadow there, right? So, okay, now hold on. Back all this out. Back this whole thing out. Can you do that?
What do you mean?
Okay, now right here. Do you see down there at the top of the screen there where there's not that one? Where we do the work.
Sorry, no, I'm gonna put them both in here side by side. I forgot it was sharing. Okay. And can we rotate? Yes, we can.
That's a different curvature.
That's totally different. Yeah. Hold on. You're right. That's crazy.
Now hold on. Now back up, back to the wide angle where you see that with everything out there. That picture. Okay. See the top of the screen there? See where the snow's gone? Right there's a fire hydrant. That fire hydrant has light on one side. I'm assuming there's a car over here to the left. When you zoom in on that piece of red right there, you can see a shadow being cast. On that piece of paper, it looks like it's a flat piece.
Yeah,
of glass.
100%. They're not the same. And Tully on purpose first had their cars like over here, and then he was like, "Hey guys, everybody, like move your cars." So they had to like move all the cars so that they could be pointing like that. So Tully was like in the pitch black at first, just dropping taillight on top of Mount Snow.
So that's why the chain of evidence is so important, because you got to be able to say where that piece was from the snow all the way till it gets to the courtroom. You have to be able to show every second. They have
no spoiler alert. I don't know if this one's going to surprise you. There is no evidence log for any of these.
Are you kidding? Wait, hold on. Really? There's no evidence log for any of this stuff?
All the evidence logs start because Bev, all the evidence logs start when they get to the like Massachusetts crime lab. So like a month later, 2 months later in March, once they like found all the pieces, they send everything out to the crime lab for the crime lab techs to like put it back together like a puzzle. And at that time, they start an evidence log. So it's like March 14th is the
they have their own evidence log.
Yeah. Michael Proctor's response to that is, this is true. He says, "I'm not an evidence officer." Yeah. Apparently there's like police officers, detectives, troopers, and then there's like evidence officers.
Evidence technicians. I mean, it is a crime lab. I mean, it is. It's where they do the scientific stuff. So in Tennessee, we had a problem a few years ago. A woman in Memphis. She's actually an heiress to billionaires, and she had just gotten accepted to the Boston Marathon. And so she was training, and at like 5 a.m., somebody was driving home, saw her, and turned back around, waited for her to come in, and grabbed her and put her in a car. And opposite when she ended up ixnayed. Horrible, horrible story. Gets worse though is that someone had gone into the police department and said, I was sexually, you know, I don't know what the correct term is. Sorry, now on YouTube, I don't want to mess your channel up. Anyway, they had, you know, illegal carnal knowledge with the victim. And anyway, they did a kit, sent it to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI. And so this was in Memphis. They sent it to TBI in Jackson, which is 90 miles away. And Jackson was too busy. They got backed up. They had too much stuff. They could not get the crime kit, the kit done in time. The day after they found the billionaire heiress ixnayed, the kit showed up at the Memphis Police Department. Jackson sent it back and said, "Oh, look, there's a DNA match. You should go arrest that guy." And then that was the guy that had done it to this other one. So because the evidence they weren't able to get the stuff done time, somebody lost their life. So then everybody goes nuts, right? And
like if they had done it on time, they could have already got
they had done it in a reasonable amount of time, but it sat there for 9 months. And then, you know, what we find out is that DNA taken from that type of evidence deteriorates over time. And even then, if you don't get it done, the longer you wait, the more likely it is that somebody can walk away.
Yeah.
So that's why all this stuff matters. You
Yeah.
know,
And it's like, it's your job. Like that, this is the part where like I actually start to like lose a little bit of faith in humanity, where it's like, you don't want to do this job. Great. There's a million, this is America. You could go start your own company. You could go work at Starbucks. You could go do anything you want to do. Like, you don't have to be a police officer. If you're not interested in, if you're not like curious about solving a crime, if you're not like excited about like asking questions and putting the pieces together and figuring out what happened, then like don't be a police officer. And like that, you'll be happier, I'll be happier, we'll all be happier, and it will be safer for everybody. But instead you have these guys who are just trying to cut corners and protect their friends and do whatever. And it's like, then you end up with this. Aside from the fact that that piece, those two pieces that you just pointed out literally don't match.
Sorry.
This piece, no, but this piece right here is like a centimeter. And just so that we don't, whoopsies, just so that we don't forget, how did I have that before? Oh man. Okay, hold on.
Thank you so much, by the way. I really do enjoy this. This is awesome. My brain has never been so happy.
I'm having so much fun. I don't know what I just did though. Okay. But just so we don't forget, there is like mountains and mountains of snow at this point. And somehow in those mountains, they were able to find that teeny little centimeter piece just hanging out on top of the snow. The other thing you need to know is this. Okay, I just got really lost. Okay, this piece right here, this like knobby looking piece, is actually from a part of the taillight called the diffuser. And the way that the like Lexus taillight is engineered is that there's not actually like light bulbs in it. So like in an old picture, like an older model car, there would be like a white light bulb in the middle and then red plastic over it so that it like looks like it's shining red. And if you broke that, you would see the white lights inside.
Yeah.
The Lexus taillights are LED, and the diffuser is what basically like spreads out the light. I'm probably not explaining this correctly, but basically if that little knobby piece breaks, there will be no light. It would be like if you had like you have like strip lights behind you or whatever for the color changing lights. If you cut it in the middle, then like none of it's going to work.
Yeah.
That's essentially like what
Like the diffuser is a piece of glass, and it's like LEDs. They let off a very weird light. It's not like a conventional incandescent, and so diffusers it spreads that light out. And the problem with LEDs is as you know, they're extremely bright. And if you don't have the right type of lens with them, they'll blind drivers. So they have to do that for it to be.
Told you guys he's
legal.
actually smart.
I have a fear of the dark, and I have a lot of flashlights.
But so now what you need to keep in mind here is that they are claiming that this happened to John the evening before. But we have multiple video footage of Karen's car the following morning where light is still emanating from that tail light. And
Well, I mean, wouldn't there
there
be
is
a sensor in the car that would say, "Hey, tail lights out"? I mean, we're talking about $100,000 car.
they think she's so crazy she would just ignore that. So we can't go off of that.
She was probably looking for turn signal fluid.
Right. But if that diffuser, what you're saying, is broken, there would be no light. And we have multiple videos of her car with light. There's one that, if we want to put a tinfoil hat on again, it very much looks like it was edited to look like it was a white light because they thought that her car was that type, but it's not.
Well, hold on. There should be. I'm assuming. I'm assuming. I don't have a Lexus. You know what? I can't tell you anything about light bulbs on the cars. I don't know last time I've ever had to deal with one. Actually, you know what? I did one time. I had a car I drove. I didn't even know it had this feature. I said, driving down the interstate, and it said your taillight's out. I was like, oh man. So I went to Walmart and got a replacement. And it was an incandescent one. It's an old fashioned type. But I had a sensor thing out. Didn't know there was a sensor in it. I
know what you're about to say, and I am.
They didn't take a photo.
Research. Well, no, they didn't. But I'm going to give you outside. Here's what your next outside research is. Write this down. There's a channel on YouTube called BN Trouble, BNTrouble 31.
Mm-hmm.
You read my mind. And you're going to go watch his videos about the tail light because he's going to explain all of it way better than I can. We are getting to this.
BN Trouble 31.
Yes.
Okay.
Just look for he did what I would want a real detective investigator to do, which is he got really curious. He wanted to find out everything about how taillights work and this and that. He bought a Lexus taillight. He went outside. He tried to smash it. He broke it with his hand. Like he did all the things that you would have wanted an actual investigator to do, but no.
I just wanted to turn on the car at the police department and see if there's a signal that comes on the car. And if there is, take a picture of it and put it in the evidence. That's all I want.
The bumps on the diffuser also make me think of whoever called them stippling. Anyways,
Stifling?
So this is amazing. Like he should have bought Tully should have bought a lottery ticket. There's all this snow.
Thank you, Strange.
Clouds are going by. Like the crime scene's been left alone all day, and somehow they went out. They dug for about 4 minutes. They found these pieces, and they were like, Karen did it. So they went and they wrote up some lies, and then they arrested her a few days later. I just want to show you their incredible, detailed police work. This is the map of where they found the evidence.
Huh? How? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where's the evidence on here?
Right here, duh. It says sneaker. And it says plastic 1, plastic 2. I don't know what the other one says. Yeah.
I think that was a.
That's their map. They said, look, we found evidence. It's here. Okay. And then command post. And then 34 Fairview is labeled right there. And if that
Their
map was
evidence
not
was
good
very
enough,
valid.
don't you worry. They made another one. Oh.
Pedestrian shoe. But
that
are there
whole area.
arrows? Are there? Okay, there's not. So 34 is the house.
Also, this is not where they found the shoe. We're actually going to see in a couple minutes. The shoe is pushed up against the curb.
Oh, it's not a curb, it's a burn.
Yes, and I'm glad you remember that because that was the one thing that he shoveled off, if you remember, and that is
5
also
inches
where
or
they
6
found the
inches
shoe.
of it.
But according to this map, they found the shoe over here. Also,
Now, which
if they
direction
had
would
found
Karen have been coming from in this picture?
here. And so
And
she went
and then
all
she'd
the
have
way.
backed up from there.
So she drove up. She dropped John off right here, according to their story, even though it was really here. And so she supposedly drops him off right here. She drives up here 62
She's gonna
feet.
sneak in. I mean, that's a sneaky place to drop somebody off at. I mean, that's right. You pull up to somebody's door. You pull up like next door if you're gonna sneak over.
Because that's what she actually did. She pulled up right here. She dropped him off. And then actually another car pulled up behind that was also going to the same house. So then Karen pulled up to right here. And then those people were behind her. There is no Brian Higgins car, which we haven't even gotten to yet. But in their story, this is what happened. She dropped John off here for some reason. It was 18 degrees and snowing, and John didn't have a jacket on, but he supposedly stood
And
in
he
the
had
road.
those flimsy shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got out of the car and then walked, just stood here, he didn't go into the house. They had just gotten into a fight in the car, according to them. So he's like really, like he's like, this bitch. And Karen drove up 62 feet and then said, you know what, motherfucker? I'm about to get you. Sorry, language, but I had to. And then she suddenly throws the car into reverse, guns it. She has her foot on the throttle. It's 75% according to them. And somehow in 62 feet in reverse, gets up to 24.2 miles per hour. John, meanwhile, stands there still. He had watched her go this way. And then he was like, is she reverse? Are those reverse lights? What is going on? He's just standing in the road. And then she's coming right at him. And he's just standing there like his arm is up like this. And he's like, what is she doing? And he doesn't move out of the way.
There's a car behind him too?
No, that car apparently is gone now or was never there in the first. Oh, no, there. According to them, there's a plow behind a Jeep with a plow in the front of it. But so Karen, John's standing there. He has his arm like this. She hits him.
Yeah.
He does a pirouette. That is from testimony. And then he hits his head. And then she guns it. And she gets home the drive that should take like 7 or 8 minutes. She gets there in 4 minutes because she's just flying. She doesn't hit anything else, though. She's flying through the neighborhood. She's running every stop sign, every red light. And there's 12 people inside of the house just like hanging out. But because they were blasting It's Raining Men, they didn't hear any of that happen. And like John didn't like yell or he didn't say anything. He just stood there like this and then boom. And then that's what happened. And then they all left the house and nobody saw him.
Okay, one question. So she puts the car in drive. So that road goes out to another road and she can drive home from that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
2, has anyone ever thought that maybe she did John a favor so that way he didn't have to go into a house where they were playing It's Raining Men? I mean, has anyone ever thought about that? And I know my wife, like she'd probably be like, look, I'm just gonna, if this is what you think's a good idea, you've had your
me
time
out
with
right
it.
now. Just back and
Do what?
reverse into me in 24.
Yeah, just run me over. I'll tell you what, that's kind of like the
just
rule around here that if I ever say I want to go to a party where like people are lip syncing, whatever they're doing, karaokeing, It's Raining Men, or I don't know what it is, Greek, wrestling.
Just hit me, take my shoes off, hit me.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
So that is their theory. Like I'm not even like being like exaggerating or like That is 100% the
And
state's
then,
theory of the
then
case.
he kind of like he goes flying in the air and he lands kind of like Raining Men. It's raining, John. Hallelujah,
Oh my
it's
God,
raining,
the
John.
trolls are gonna clip that, and then I'm gonna get shit on for the next 6 weeks. And they always cut out the
Love
part
you
where
guys.
I predict that they're gonna do
Remember,
that.
that's expert with 1X, okay?
But also, in this map right here, if John's shoe is found here and this is the road, then that destroys Proctor's theory of the case, which is that he lost his shoe when he got hit. Also, I don't know if you can really tell from this picture, but the road curves. So not only was Karen drunk and angry, she's also a NASCAR driver and did not damage anything else in any way. And you saw there's a fire hydrant right there too. She did not hit that. We have to do Trooper Paul on another day because it's too much for today. But the accident reconstructionist.
Is this the blue man?
No, that's another man.
Because I really thought that first guy that was on, I think he's the guy that was holding up a shoe later. What's his name?
Yuri.
Was that his name?
Buchanan.
Like he lost all of his hair, you're saying, and then you think like Proctor shaved his head to
Tully, yeah.
Tully.
Yeah.
I really, when I saw Tully, I was like, if he was covered in blue paint, he could be in a Vegas show.
Oh yeah, he could be in the Blue Man Group. No, there's actually a third guy who looks like them. His name is Joe Paul, and he's asked to explain how
that many people.
Yeah, he's asked to explain how John's cell phone landed underneath him, and his expert opinion. He is the person who is supposed to explain this. He says it just did. It just did. And then he says, I didn't put the evidence there. And Alan Jackson says to him, well, you didn't. And then Bev says, okay, jurors, forget about that.
That's the thing with juries and everything today. Because we're like what we're doing right now. We are putting doubt into people's minds. Future jurors, hopefully, people, if they get called for jury duty, that they'll go and do it. But like the cell phone thing, like stuff does just happen, and it's weird in cop land, world, whatever, y'all. I mean, there's some unbelievable stuff the way it happens. But now,
I think
again,
also sometimes it just feels like it just happens because we don't know the physics, but there are actually really, really smart scientists who are like, if the angle and the force and the z minus x times 3 divided by the square root of pi times the fourth dimension, then it's clear that every single time the cell phone will land right here.
I watched a cop from a different state reenact tell me what happened in a car wreck. And a buddy of mine came to see me, and there were like all these lines out, all the spray paint lines because somebody had died in a car wreck. And he was able, because it's universal, the cop training's all universal. And he looked at it and said, this is what happened. And he explained it. And I was like, that's actually what they reported in the paper. That's really good.
Well, maybe he has Joe Paul. This is the same. Joe Paul said the same thing. He says that the crime scene told him what happened. And then Alan Jackson looks at him and goes, the crime scene say anything else? I love this arc for Joe Paul. I really, truly.
Is that this guy?
No, this is still Tully.
No bank in front of it. We realized.
Okay. This is Tully trying to explain to us why so the 4 pieces that we just saw, the diffuser and those 3 other teeny little pieces, they supposedly found in the road. But then every other piece of taillight, all 43 more pieces that they're going to find over the next, spoiler alert, 3 weeks. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. They are all found on the grass, on the yard, where they were doing the leaf blower.
Oh, so which
This is fun.
which taillight exploded on her car, and was
The
that
right
the
rear.
one? Was that the nearest to the property, to the grass?
Yes, the passenger
Was.
side rear tail light.
Okay.
And so Tully's going to try to give us an explanation about why
So she was
they
on the wrong side of the
only
road. No, she's on the right side of the
No,
road.
she's
Sorry.
They did try to first claim that she hit him by doing a 3-point turn, but then they like figured out that if you did that, it would have
No, no
actually been the
speed.
other tail light. So they had, well, that too, but it would have been the driver's side tail light that hit him. So they had to make up a new theory. And then unfortunately, Jen McCabe and Matt McCabe had already lied about the 3-point turn. And so they were both forced to do this really weird testimony where they were like, I saw some tracks in the road. They look like waves.
Wait, they testified that they saw a 3-point turn?
No, they saw, they testified that they saw tire tracks in the road, like doing a 3-point turn in like a wave motion, but then
What
somehow
else?
also didn't see John.
What else can they see in the road when they see snow tracks? I mean, like
Well,
this is a fascinating thing.
They couldn't see a person. They were looking where he had supposedly already been. I'm getting
Sorry.
off track
Okay,
because-
listen.
No, that's my fault.
I apologize.
But we need to stay focused on this because this explanation, like, truly just destroys me every single time. So what Tully is about to explain to us is that they are outside shoveling, and when they shoveled, they were able to find this guy.
Yeah, with the long shadow on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they found that piece because they were shoveling and they're doing a great job. But then he's about to tell us that when they got to the grass, the shovels stopped working. They're road shovels. They're not grass shovels. Just wait.
Do we have a picture of the shovel? Please tell me there's a picture of the shovel.
That the snow
Oh, it's probably in that news clip. We'll go back and see the shovels after. Okay. Wait, you have to hear the full effect.
As they were excavating this snowbank in front of it, we realized that the snowbank protruded about 3 feet into the roadway. So as they were moving this first part of the snowbank, we're essentially shoveling the road. And so as they continued on there, they would then hit the curb area.
And as far as beyond the curb area, as far as grass or the front lawn, was the CERT team members, from your observations, able to go beyond the curb into the front lawn area?
No, they're having difficulty shoveling with plastic snow shovels onto the lawn, from the lawn.
Your Honor, may I approach the window?
Yeah. So the shovels worked perfectly, like so well that in a couple minutes they were able to find those pieces in the road, but they're road shovels. They're not yard shovels. So
You know, something else is that if you shovel on somebody's grass, that might make
here's the
their
shovel.
yard look bad.
Here's
They
the
got the
shovel.
blue Walmart shovels. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
But engraved. Mine came from Costco.
But
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you what, it sucks. It's a sucky shovel. My neighbor across the street, he came out with like a dedicated, like one of those like rodeo. I call them rodeo because like you only see like rodeo clowns going behind, horses cleaning up. But one of those like stainless steel galvanized. I was like, man, that's a nice shovel. But he didn't have a leaf blower, a snow blower as I call it now, and he was very jealous of my technology.
Yeah. A snowblower would have actually made sense why the pieces would have been on the yard, because a snowblower actually like blows the snow. A plow just pushes the snow. So there is zero reason why any of the taillights should be on the yard. But so they find 4 pieces in the road. Incredibly, it was those were all the pieces. There were no other pieces from the road. All the rest were on the yard. They did not miss a single little crumb. But unfortunately, at that night, they had to stop because these shovels are road shovels, not grass shovels.
But they're
So
plastic.
there's that.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're driveway at the best. They're plastic. They suck.
I mean, they really that is a
excavating
bad
this snowbank.
shovel. Okay, we're gonna take another break, and then we're gonna get into the timeline of finding taillight pieces.
I really thought, I mean, my brain said Nemo when you said finding, and I went Nemo inside here.
Yeah.
I kept that in. I
Just keep
was a good
shoveling.
boy. I was a good boy, Misty. I kept it in.
Okay, what fervent song should we listen to now?
You have so many great people in your chat. I want you to know, like, I love it, guys. I have a thing,
also
like, if
feel
I'm on
bad
somebody
when
else's
I'm not, like,
channel,
always
I
responding.
don't pause. Say,
I like
what?
see all of them.
Isn't that great when you can see it all?
Oh, so you were asking about the blue paint guy. Fervent has a song about the blue paint guy. So we're gonna watch that. His name is Judson Welcher. And
Where
then
did
we'll
he
be back
come
to talk
from?
about the snow. He came from Aperture in Texas. It's a company that if you pay them enough money, they'll do whatever you want.
All experts will do that.
This is on another level.
Might want to check the
Class, today we're gonna learn how to do accident reconstruction. Does that sound fun?
Yes.
Well, listen up, cause here's how it's done. First thing to do is cosplay as the victim. You gotta buy his sweater, his shoes, and then some. His boxers, his shirt, and his denim. You all look confused. Did I say something wrong? I really need you all to play along. See, I don't have much evidence to work with, so I gotta half-ass it. It won't be perfect. Do me a favor, bring that bucket over here. Well, I was lost, but now I have an idea. You gotta paint your arm blue. What does that prove? I don't got a clue, and neither do you. Could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Yo, yeah, could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Alright, next thing up, I need some elbow grease. Yeah. We're gonna send this Lexus up to outer space, cause Hank Brennan won't give me any x-rays. There is no evidence, what do I do? Well, I guess I gotta paint my arm blue. You gotta paint your arm blue. What does that prove? I don't got a clue, and neither do you. That could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Yo, yeah, could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. 400,000, thank you.
I think that might be my favorite, and I don't know. Everyone's my favorite once I hear it. Mr. Dolphin
I like
Man's
the
not
one
back.
before that one.
Where are you?
Sorry about that. Sorry.
I was gonna play another song.
If you want to play another one, that's fine. I'm sorry. You know, like I said, we don't have any heat tonight. So I go outside.
Are you so cold?
Out there it was very cold. And I got to go out there to sleep. And so I went downstairs and I flipped on the fireplace and turned on the fan.
Oh. What a bummer. That's so annoying. I was saying earlier, you guys, like, so his whole like HVAC is messed up right now. And it's like you just take for granted that those things work. And then when they don't, it's like, oh, such a pain. Okay. So now we're going to get into the next phase of the investigation. So they found, and Tully literally says on the stand, I wanted to make sure that we had enough. And then he's like, I mean, that we had it all. So what was in his mind in that moment was we just need enough taillight to say, yep, Karen hit him. There was taillight at the scene. Let's go arrest her. And then they decide they are going, well, okay. How am I going to explain this part? Wait. They make a plan. Actually, I'm going to come back to this in 1 second. Okay. This is their plan, I think. Hold on.
Third, I directed.
Okay, so this is their plan. they don't decide like, hey, can everybody get your like good shovels from your house? Like everybody around here has an actual shovel that you use for shoveling. They
I
don't say
forget
like,
you
hey guys,
live there.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I totally forget. I'm like, you probably have like a name brand, like a, I don't know.
Yeah, I have like a good shovel. It's green. It's like lime green. It's the best shovel. I don't know what brand it is, but it's like steel. It's like it takes me like a couple minutes to shovel out anything. The Mass State Police also have a good shovel. Instead of saying like, hey guys, like everybody bring your good shovel, let's go back to the scene and like clear the whole area and like find all the evidence. They say, I got an idea. Let's wait for the snow to melt and the evidence will reveal itself like a stripper. It's just going to show itself to you when it's feeling like it. So this is, it's just going to get like frisky. It's like, it's going to reveal itself.
I want to make sure.
Yeah.
I like Miss Theatra 11.
So, well, like what, like it doesn't reveal it. It's going to reveal itself to you. Like, doesn't that sound naughty? Like something weird. So, they're like, okay, well, we don't want to like miss anything if it's going to reveal itself today. Like, we don't know. It's like a magic trick. So every day on the way to work and the way home from work, I want everybody to detour out of the way and go drive past 34 Fairview every day. Just go drive past. So this is Buchanan explaining this genius plan.
The troopers in my office who obviously reside in the communities around us to make a point to travel by that location every day on the way to work and every day on the way home. The purpose of that was to see if anything else was to reveal itself as the snow naturally melts away and items could present themselves. So on the February 4th, as I am traveling to work, I diverted my...
So we're going to get there in a second. I went a little out of order here. So just so you know, these are the temperatures and the weather report for the next 3 weeks up until they, spoiler alert, find the last pieces of taillight on February 18th. Here, the snow, it was still that same snow from the original storm was still on the ground. It got a little bit warmer here, so it started to melt a little bit, which unfortunately we have not had yet this winter. On this day, it rained and a lot of the snow melted. Like anywhere that had kind of like already been plowed or shoveled was now down to pavement or sidewalk. There was still snow on the grass. On this day, February 3rd, hold on. So a couple days, hold on. I went out of order. Okay. So this happened January 29th. So January 30th, 30 days, September, April, June, so 31, February 1st, 2nd, 3rd. 5 days later, they find a straw on the street.
5 days after.
They find John's hat. Yep. So they find his straw.
What day's trash day?
You asked that before, and I don't know.
Because
no,
the reason
that was a good point. Yeah.
Well, whenever they pick up my trash, they always find stuff out in the street.
I mean, the straw could be like the straw's not evidence anymore. Like, yeah. Anyways, the hat was John's hat. Unclear where the hat's been for this whole time. But they'd find that on February 3rd. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to go in the order I did it, even though I think it's out of order. Okay. So then February 4th.
To make a point to travel by that location every day on the way to work and every day on the way home. The purpose of that was to see if anything else was to reveal itself as the snow naturally melts away and items could present themselves. So on the February 4th, as I am traveling to work, I diverted my typical route of travel to go by 34 Fairview Road. Just prior to my arrival, I received a call stating that there was Canton Police representatives at the scene, and more items have been revealed due to the melting snow, and that I should come collect those items.
So the Canton Police that has recruited themselves, they also just got in on the fun of driving past 34 Fairview for no reason. And when the chief of police, Ken Berkowitz, was driving past,
Sorry.
do
Do you ever chew on my dog chews on these? I don't know. Have you ever tried
can I
that?
see your dog?
I actually do have a puppy cam, but I don't have it right now. Well, obviously on my channel.
So this guy right here with his Coke bottle glasses, he's no longer among the living, but he was just for funsies driving past 34 Fairview, and from his car, he just saw a piece of taillight on the yard. So he called Yuri, and Yuri luckily was already on his way over there because duh. So
I love it when you do that. He's already on the way over there because duh.
like
Okay.
what else would he be doing? So yeah, he found this piece right here.
Yeah.
I don't know
So,
if you can see, it's on top of a melted footprint.
it kind of looks like dog poop right there. Hang on a second. Let me get it up.
Yeah, he found that piece from his car. He was just driving past and was like, "Oh my god!"
They're
taillight
all the evidence is hidden behind shrubbery.
all the evidence is just thrown somewhere, and they took a picture of it. None of it is really there. Also, just so that for the record, the day that they said was a perfect day for revealing itself because the snow was naturally melting, there was actually another storm. So February 4th, the day that this blind man is driving past and saw that piece of taillight from his window, there were also well over 200 crashes because the weather was that bad. And in that picture, you can also see there is no more snow on the road.
You're good.
Yes.
So now this is all, what is it, 6 days later?
Yep. But wait, there's more.
No, I just, because
this is when it just gets as, like, this is the part where where to tie it back to the beginning of, like, why did the Massachusetts State Police want to shut Turtle Boy up? Because they did this.
Yeah. That's why.
They wanted
Thank you. So you can read my mind. And I was sitting here going, okay, I want to make sure we're still, because I thought to myself, because you were showing the trial, and I was thinking, wait a second, though, the trial happened after Turtle Boy, so wait, that's not it. And I had to back up. Thank you. This is such a thing. I love this. I love it when you get to the point where things don't start to not make sense. Go back to the beginning, and this is awesome.
And this is because everything else that if you look at each piece of, like, all of this in a vacuum, you can kind of explain it away where it's like, oh, Aiden is like a polarizing figure that was annoying that he went to the game and he yelled cop killers at the courthouse and da-da-da. But none of that is a reason to be that targeted by the police. People do crazy things all the time. People do obnoxious things all the time. People are rude to other people all the time. People say the C word and the R word and the this word and the that word, and they're not targeted by the police. That all of that is an excuse because they didn't want this getting out. Hold on.
Was it a photograph of?
Okay, wait.
It's a photograph of the black drinking straw that we found at 34 Fairview on February 3rd, 2022.
My favorite thing about Yuri is he doesn't believe his own lies. So watch his face. This is a kid like getting in trouble at school and just hoping that the teacher believes what he's saying. Watch him look up.
Was it a photograph of?
It's a photograph of the black drinking straw that we found at 34 Fairview on February 3rd, 2022.
What location did you find it?
Is that believable?
It was close to the paved berm on the street.
It's like they're looking at somebody.
Yeah.
Or they keep
Also,
looking up and like
what do you remember about the berm from the beginning?
6 inches.
Yep. And it was the one part that Gallagher completely cleared. He cleared off the berm.
Yes. Yes.
But 5 days later, they found a hat and a straw in that exact location that Gallagher had fully cleared. There's a picture of it fully cleared. So that's cool.
Someone's messing with me. You got to be messing with me now.
Yep. But wait, there's more. So
I love it. I love it.
So it was kind of like a weird February. Maybe we could get some of this weather. That would be great because here, just to go back to this, it was a very, very weird weather. So there was that day that there was an actual storm, but they also found more taillight. Then there's a couple of days that are like normal winter. Then it got really warm and rainy here, and then like warmer, and then like 50 in February like doesn't happen. So
It was 70 yesterday, but sorry.
I can. That's so unfair. But so all the snow now is pretty much melted, and where it's not melted, it's like translucent. Like it's not like packed
It's
snow
slush.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slushed. It's like gross. And then, so these 2 days kind of make sense that that's where you would find a bunch of taillights. So like those lies, fine. Those are kind of believable lies. Then it got super warm. And this is literally Teddy and Carter outside in like shorts and a t-shirt because it was so warm. There's no more snow at all on February 12th. But then they didn't find any more taillight until February 18th. But apparently they've also been driving by every day and they could see it from their cars. But it's just a small yard at that point. But all these little pieces were still playing hide and seek for a little bit longer.
Third.
Then,
And the CERT team's gone by now, right?
oh yeah, the CERT team. So that honest guy, Kevin O'Hara, he said to Tully, like, "Hey, it doesn't like seem like this is a whole tail light, but like I haven't seen what the car looks like or like how much is broken off." Like he was probably thinking like this is not enough to kill a man, but he was like, "If you think we're done for today, like give me a call and we'll come back like whenever." And then Tully just never called and they never came back. Oh, that's my green shovel. Yeah, that's my good shovel in that picture. But so here you can see this is a picture from the news in Stoughton, which is right nearby. This is February 10th. And then the Massachusetts State Police really just outed their lies because this is a photo from the Massachusetts State Police that was posted on February 14th. I actually think it was taken on February 13th because it did snow again on February 14th that year. But if there were 16 more pieces of taillight hiding in ground like this,
Mm-hmm.
you would see it. You'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, there's taillight. So there's that.
Of the witnesses.
Okay. And then this is the last one. But so, thoughts so far?
Okay. Honestly, I gotta stop. Okay. So I've never been. I take awful notes. All right. And the only way I got through school is just I have to go to class. I sit there and I listen. And I promise you, I've been listening every single bit.
I know you
And
have
when
been.
you asked me just then,
Mhm.
so your thoughts, it's like I need to lean back and I need time to think about it. I need to be able to think about my thoughts. I don't know. There's so many weird. I still want to. I'm stuck on Proctor. Probably right now, the thing that came to my mind first is Proctor and the time. You know, the 5:30, 4:30, the 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or not? Yeah, 1 or 6. It was like the first paper, the sixth paper, the third.
4:16.
Yeah, I mean, like that one's just.
Well, that's like the origin of like all the lies, because that is really when I think the plan was probably in motion before that, like the idea of the plan, but that's really where the like full lie starts, because none of
No, sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
I don't want to cut you over. I need to behave.
What? No, say it.
Probably here's the second thought. I was like, oh, this is probably more important for me. Is I still can't believe that objection. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no. What were you objecting over? There was just
That was so funny to me because I forgot that was weird. Like I got
Oh,
so
it's-
used to that
that's stupid weird.
yeah, I truly forgot that was not how it's done, because that's how it's done.
Like
for
people
us.
ask me, like, oh, do you cover trials? No, I hate trials. And it ends like that whole stupid thing about being like, oh, law tube. Like, that's not a real thing. Okay. Like Nick Rekieta said that during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. It was an off the cuff thing, and who cares? The fact of the matter is that I'm sitting here, I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh man, when you have a bunch of attorneys on, it's horrible, because it's like they're just gunners. They're like the ones that I can stand in school, and like they're all gunners trying to be like, oh yeah, it's an objection, and this is why, or I would object to this. I'm like, no, you guys would. What do you do right now? It's like, oh, you do real estate law. You're not objecting anything. It's like only 5% of attorneys ever see a courtroom. I mean, think about that.
We don't have to be mad at the attorneys right now, though. We're just mad at the cops.
Oh, I did kind of go off then. Well, I did, because it's stupid. But like that's the thing, though, because there are rules with this. It's not. We don't have anarchy in the courtroom. We have decorum. We have rules. Lady Liberty holds a scale. The scale is balanced. Sorry, my soapbox.
Yeah, no, you're right. But not in this case. And we're going to end
Is
with
Bev
some
still
Proctor.
around? Is that? I don't even know if her name really is Bev. I just hear.
Yeah, it's Beverly. Massachusetts has this weird thing where like judges just like rotate, and not just rotate courts, but like rotate like different types of courts. So like she rotated to like civil court just for funsies.
Oh well, guess what? Karen's in civil court.
Well, that was the tinfoil hat of the day back a couple months ago.
So they rotate them around. I mean, that seems horrible. You don't have a quality judge, because the rules of evidence for civil is different than the rules of evidence for criminal.
Right. It actually worked out in Kelsey Fitzsimmons' favor this week, because there was a really terrible judge that was trying to ruin her life, and then like she just got rotated out for funsies. So now she's gonna get a new judge for funsies.
Like, the first couple of times I hung out with you, like I would not have understood what you're talking about. You're like, just for funsies, but like like it is just it's true. It's true. It's the absurdity of it all. But no, the Proctor evidence thing, that was weird. It's very, very weird. And then it's well, no, hold on, wait, none of that even matters. It's that whole day. It's like we're just going over to this house because they call my cell phone, and nobody's saying anything about it. Like that doesn't exist in everywhere else in America. These people have privileged communication with you, and that's not, nobody's conflicting themselves out. No one thinks that, hey, you know what? maybe so we don't appear to have dirty hands. We ought to get somebody else in here for this. Let's call the state, see what they do. No, we're just gonna push right through.
They like the dirty hands are what they value. They're like, how dirty can we get?
Well, I mean,
we're gonna okay.
Sorry.
Now, so Proctor has now fully embarrassed himself. He like lost.
Does
he's
he
like
realize that he has yet?
Yeah.
I mean,
like
you see him, you're like, he's an embarrassment. But does he know?
No, he like checked himself. Yeah, he checked himself into like the McLean Hospital for like not wanting to be alive anymore. Which like Proctor.
Well, the big
It's
thing to do
okay.
is evidently if you do something wrong, all you gotta do is you go to a rehab for like, you just go,
That's what Higgins did.
Which was Higgins?
We haven't even gotten there. Higgins
Okay,
is the
awesome. How many of them have gone to rehab? Do we know this?
I think just those
How many?
two.
I've asked you before. How many of them are still alive? We know one isn't.
Berkowitz had cancer, but the rest are all still having fun.
James Vanderpeet.
Proctor's the only one who's had any consequences at all whatsoever. But so what I want to show you now with that in mind is he has now gone through he didn't testify in the second trial, but he testified in the first trial. He watched the second trial. He is like the laughing stock of America at this point. He's like the poster child for bad police
Birth
work.
control. Sorry.
He has a chance to go on 2020 Nightline, whatever this is. For some strange reason, they're like still wanting to just actually, I get why you would want it. And so he could take that time to be like, you know what, like looking back, I would have done like so much differently. I wish I had done this. I wish I had done, but whatever. I want to apologize. No, he says none of that. Instead, this is what he says.
In the case, very early on, Alan Jackson told me that he could not understand why it was that every time that you went back to the scene, new evidence would materialize. He found that very suspicious.
Maybe you didn't read the weather report I provided in my report.
Maybe what now? What did he say?
Maybe he didn't read the weather report. Well, we just read the weather report.
That wasn't the question. The question wasn't about the weather. The question was he thinks it's weird that every time you go there, there's more evidence. That's the question, okay? There's so much freaking evidence that you can't find on the first day. So weather stops all sorts of things. Well, hell, guys, I mean, if you want to go out there and you're going to go, you're tired of somebody, just make sure you do it on a bad weather day. In Massachusetts, which I think they probably get a lot of snow. I mean, hell, do you get snow here, man? We empty the shelves, okay? We empty the shelves the week before when nobody's going anywhere. We're all making French toast. We're watching Netflix, We're having, in 9 months, the baby units, whatever they call it. Man, this sucker's going to be full. I mean, that's what we're doing. We
get so much snow that we don't like clear out the supermarkets anymore for a snowstorm because it's like, and our like plow, not obvious from that picture that we saw, but we got something like 20 inches of snow the other day, and my son only missed 1 day of school. They had everything cleared the next day. Like
I was telling the HVAC guy today, he's coming in. He's like, he had to leave here at 8 p.m. to go to another house to sell. The installers, and he goes, I don't understand. Anyway, so he's like, everybody's all their older units, they got stressed out this week, because we had such cold weather. And that's how it is. It's like, I was like, a year or two ago, we got 10 inches of snow and we didn't leave for a week.
Yeah.
We actually started to run out of food.
Well, and it's because you guys like that makes sense because they don't have like resources allocated because they're not expecting it. Here we're expecting it. They have like piles of sand that they use to pre-treat the roads so that by the time the snow starts falling, it's already like ready to melt because it's been pre-treated, and they have plows out all all day and night. And then the next day it's like, yeah, we clean up the liquor stores, not the grocery stores. That's true.
We make our own liquor here.
Okay, wait. So then he says that nonsense. Hold on. And then he
But
says,
this is he's confident enough to say this. Well, he didn't read the weather report. I mean, you know, I watched Wilford Brimley or whatever the hell it is. What's the guy? Al Roker's retiring, man. I'm going out for his job.
oh, I could see you doing that.
No, I'm saying this is going to be Proctor up there. He's gonna be he's the weather guy, man. He's
like,
a new.
He could do anything.
Max Velocity.
You don't want to be a police officer. Nobody's forcing you to. It's fine.
No, it is a cushy job the way he did it.
Yeah, I mean, he made it look really easy.
Does he have? Did anybody ever do a background on him? Like, is there any major case that he ever discovered or solved, or what are his accolades?
No.
Everybody makes Employee of the Month.
Well, no, he actually might have almost ruined a couple other cases too. Like there was this guy recently who like chopped up his wife, Brian Walsh, and it turned out that
finding pieces in the yard.
No, they actually never found any of. That's a whole. We could put on a tinfoil hat for that one.
Would you want to do it?
Proctor didn't get any search warrants that he said he did. So all of the evidence that he found in that case was discovered using like an illegally seized cell phone data. And still, luckily, the judge was like, actually, no, this is like an actually bad guy. So we need to lock him up, even though the cops suck. But he really almost just like let a very bad man.
Please tell me that was like his very first time, his first case.
No, this was no. This was in 2021. There's actually the same. We survived the bad weekend because it's like the last weekend in January is not good. That's with Sandra Birchmore. Like it's not a good weekend. So we survived. Everybody was here at least. Okay, wait. I want to play this for you.
Absolutely not. And I'm laughing because it's such a ridiculous.
That's not the one I wanted to find. There's one where Matt Gutman, that reporter, asks him, "Would you do anything differently?" You know what he says?
Ask Proctor if he'd do anything differently.
Mm-hmm.
He stopped by.
Been, like, fully exposed.
You guys, are y'all known for your donuts up there? Cops like donuts. I'm just thinking maybe he'd stop by a donut place. On the way. What would he possibly? Oh, would he bundle up a little bit more, or get
no.
Okay.
You know what he says? Maybe I could have looked at some other cars just to say that I did.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
The only part of the case.
You guys are playing there's a bingo card going around. I know there is.
The only part of the case that was correct was that taillight does match Karen's car because they broke it off and then they put it there and then they put it back. So that was literally the only part that he got right, was that was the car that it went to. So that's actually not, that's the wrong answer. Just to say you did.
Like, what other cars? Was there a follow-up question? Like, what other cars is he going to look at? Like,
no, Matt Gutman was just kind of like, cool, good answer.
What does Proctor do for fun time? He's got to be on some dating site. I mean, that guy's not married. Even if he is, he's on a dating site.
Well, he is married. Here's his wife.
I just wonder what his hobbies are.
I think his hobbies include drinking. He really likes his sister, actually.
That's an Alabama thing.
Is this weird if I show something from his Facebook? Probably. So I'm just going to describe it to you. Somebody sent me a screenshot from his Facebook.
Put it
it's actually from his mom's Facebook. I'm not going to put it because that feels weird. But his mom posted a picture.
That's a movie.
Like that feels like something that the trolls would be like, you put a picture on his Facebook. You're whatever.
I got you.
But I want you to picture when like a woman is giving birth, and then there's like a chair next to the bed where she's like going to give birth.
Like I
Who
know
usually
nothing
like
of this
sits
stuff.
in that? Okay, but just picture the scene. There is a woman giving birth, and then there's like a chair next to her. Who goes in the chair?
The baby, the doctor.
No, the doctor's
I don't
doing
know.
the husband.
I don't know.
Right?
I've never had a child.
I need you to see the picture. I'm not describing it well.
Okay, so you see, I'll get it. Okay, yeah.
So like Michael
Friends.
Proctor's
I'm thinking of
sister-
Friends now. Yes.
Michael Proctor's sister is laying in a bed in her hospital gown in labor, and there's a chair next to her, and Michael is just sitting next to his sister about to give birth. And then the mom took the picture, and the mom posted it with the caption, "Michael visiting Courtney in early stage of labor. He's been making her laugh." So that's what he does for fun. He also has 2 kids.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
So okay, besides like I mean,
yes. He's next. I hate
Did
that
he-
I won't
what,
let
did he
myself do this
anything,
because I
like,
really
in-
want you guys to see it.
did he ever do anything in like
And now
I
he
don't
lives.
know.
Oh, now he lives with his sister that he was delivering her baby.
there's a lot of weird stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of
Yuri Buchanan, who we didn't touch on enough in this one, but he is bad too. He likes karaoke and dancing.
Mm.
He's
There's
been
nothing
spotted.
better. You go to a honky tonk and somebody's up there singing, some Dolly Parton, and the people together and start dancing to her, just slow dance. Might be like I will always love you, something like that. And they just slow dance. And somebody
Let's see
karaoke.
Yuri
No,
there.
that's horrible.
That's what Yuri likes to do.
What kind of karaoke?
And-
Please tell me he does hip hop.
He sang no. Oh my gosh. You guys, what was the song? It's like so funny.
It's Raining
like,
Men.
No, it was like oh my god. Somebody in the chat needs to help me immediately. He was singing Goo Goo Dolls. The one the one from that movie. Wait, was it? No. Yeah, from that movie from City of Angels. Is that the movie?
Wait, that's
okay, wait. This I can find. This one I'm
is
allowed to
that-
play, and it's not weird.
Are you talking about with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, isn't that what that's?
So now I know 3 of the 20 movies you've seen. It's Nicolas Cage and what's the Meg Ryan are in that? I may have seen that.
Okay, wait.
And I believe Train has a song in that, don't they? That's weird. That's weird. Holy cow. Have you ever, so you've never been to a movie theater? Like you wouldn't know what to do with popcorn?
Theater. I just don't like going to movies. Okay.
I just want you to know who I am. Let's go, baby, yeah!
Oh, he does a dance. He's dancing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, an air dance. An air dance. Oh my god. That's so hard. What's he looking down at? Oh, this may be the most no I've ever had on the internet. Oh my. Oh, this is so great. Please sing. Oh, this is so great. Look at the guys out there like banging their heads to it and stuff. You guys should not bang their head to this song if they were at concerts, like with the real band.
This is in City of Angels. I just looked it up.
It is?
Yes.
So
proof that God has a sense of humor and wants us to be happy. Oh my gosh. No, I don't want anybody to know who I am. I don't want anybody to know. I won't be left alone.
Wait, also.
And here's what's so wonderful.
I just noticed my comment.
What, your comments up there?
Yuri, hon, let's get you to therapy.
Oh my gosh. Here's the.
I wrote that.
I have this theory. I've been in a lot of places, mostly very dimly lit places, and karaoke happens to be a thing. And you always.
What's your karaoke song?
I don't sing.
Okay, you've done karaoke before. What'd you sing?
I don't karaoke. I don't do it.
You've done it before.
I'll watch people.
We're gonna watch one more that I'm sorry in advance, and like I want to see this as
when Baker's here, we always end up
see
singing in the ghetto, in the car.
I like that. I'm so sorry in advance, everybody. Cover your eyes. Don't take a bite of food.
Oh my gosh! This is a band. This is a grown up. Oh, who's this guy again?
That's Yuri Buchanan. That's Proctor's partner.
What's he doing to that poor towel or shirt?
You know what really kills me about this video is the rest of the people in the background are just at a wedding normally.
No, he wasn't invited to the wedding. He just walked in. That guy walked in.
These guys back here are still like in their suits. This guy's in a t-shirt. That's like a little whatever. But like everybody else is just at the wedding. And
have you ever walked in on a wedding?
Like crashed a wedding?
Fun. Well, I mean, you don't crash it really. I mean, you go in, you say hi to everybody. Yeah. I just wanted to, anyway. But yeah, this guy just walked in. This isn't real. Is that girl going to dance with him? Is that what's happening? The woman coming up, or is that woman saying,
she's probably
oh my
scared.
gosh, there are 2 children here that have gotten married, and dad and mom also, they're paying a lot of money for it. And you're looking at this guy's this is all people are going to be talking about. Do you know what my wife would have done? My wife, she would have taken off one of her wedding shoes, and she'd be like John O'Keefe. He couldn't find his other shoe because that wedding shoe would have gone home with that guy rectally, and and a dentist would have to remove it from him because you are not ruining my wedding like that. That guy who ruins a wedding, that is ruining a wedding. He didn't. Now I would have told him, you totally made that wedding better. You should do this more often. You should go on a circuit, maybe, but not that. Holy cow! He
is like a paperclip pusher now, whatever that's called. He isn't in his. Yeah, he's just in the office now.
Was it you that said somebody was? No, I don't think that'd be you. Never mind. That wouldn't be you.
What?
So, like, I was a quote written down. I just saw it today, where it's like, "You're so dumb, you couldn't work a paperclip." That's why when you said that, I was like, wait, well, that was you. Why didn't say these people couldn't work a paperclip?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what he violated that shirt.
He violated the shirt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've got to find a white shirt. I'm going to do another.
Are you going to recreate Yuri's dance?
I'm going to find the evidence of the dance. Like, why is this shirt brown?
Yeah. So those are the police that.
No, police do some. They party. I mean, I know some.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not against that. That was not partying.
That was a violation of that shirt's rights.
Like that also really, I mean it when I said he needs some therapy. Like that, I get it. Like I have friends who are cops that like go crazy when they're off duty. That isn't so. What he was doing is not a social thing. That is like somebody who needs some help. And maybe it's because he's been like framing innocent women and he doesn't feel good about himself inside. Because you know what? When you don't make good choices, it makes you feel bad inside. That's what I used to tell my students.
But no, so I love that you said that. Like that's one of the things like I think is so great about you, because like I try to tell people all the time and like YouTube stuff. For some dumb reason, people ask me, I'm thinking about doing a channel. I'm like, yeah, don't do it. But it's that the drama, right? That whole thing and it's stuff like you make fun of people, everything else. You end up feeling, I can't explain it, but it's just you feel icky, you feel sick. But when you're here and you're having a good time, you're making people laugh, and you're getting through the struggles of life. We all have the same struggles, and you get through it with a little bit of laughter. It's awesome. That's a pretty cool thing.
This feels better. What is your
I do have a wiggle dance.
Oh, is that your little one? I actually have
wiggle.
Yeah, I have seen that.
LMFAO. Sexy.
Maybe you need to add. What is Yuri doing? Because it's not wiggling.
Oh, that's what is that dance?
It's a whole other
called?
chapter.
Do we know that it has to have a name?
I don't know. This is a whole other chapter, but actually, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there because it's too much to explain right now. But basically, he's now simping for the murderers. It's cool. It's like a fun thing to do. Is it just grinding?
Okay, hold on. So, what was it? Was it the 3-point turn? Was that the one that amazed me where they had to change the story back?
They changed the story a whole bunch of times. They had to change the story about the 3-point turn because they realized that was stupid. They had to change their timeline in the middle of the first trial because one of the like cell phone data guys said that Karen's phone connected to John's Wi-Fi like at his house at a time where she was supposed to still be in the middle of killing him. So then they moved the whole timeline. In the second trial, they called it clock drift.
What?
It's the whole thing. You're supposed to just be like.
Is that what happened to the security camera footage too at 4:15 to 5:30 or whatever? Okay.
Yeah, there's just a time drift. Sometimes time just like
Time's not real.
Slips. Yeah. Yeah. So that happened. Okay, now I want to know everybody's karaoke songs.
Well, on this chick Mo here, she just said like movies, like the movie theater gross you out. So I had a sometimes you find a shirt that you just really like, and it was a polo shirt. I took White Rabbit to a movie, and walking out, she was like, "What's on your shirt?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And evidently someone had taken their greasy butter-filled popcorn and had dumped it on the seat at some point before. And they cleaned up all the popcorn, but I didn't know that the grease was stained into the. Man, I didn't feel it. It was dry.
That like never comes out of your shirt, no matter how much you wash it.
Nope, it was completely ruined. I was like,
ugh.
That was so bad.
See, Mo knows.
Yeah, what is your karaoke song? You asked me mine. I don't karaoke. But Baker and I and Vegas Rick, who's my buddy, he's from Las Vegas. We got into Elvis after the first FNL Dollywood, and we were driving back. My wife was actually driving, and we were all singing Elvis songs. From in the ghetto. I think his favorite is "Suspicious Minds."
Okay.
There are worse things than that. Yeah, Yuri's white shirt. Could you imagine the DNA? It's
yeah.
So what's your feel good song? What's the song? Now it's the traditional funny thing is that you sing in the shower, but like it's in the car. Is it gangster rap? My blue tick coonhound loves gangster rap, and I don't know where she gets it.
I'm like a very typical like grew up in the 90s. If like my like
I
go-to
really
like
thought you were
feel
gonna say
good
very
is
typical classical music like Beethoven,
no,
Bach.
no, no, like a I don't know. I have a playlist of some just like 90s pop type, or maybe it's yeah, I don't know.
Boy band.
Boy bands. Bop is
Yes.
like one of my favorite songs of all time. I love my play I need to just like pull up my playlist because I just have a playlist of like the most random songs. It's like any song I've ever liked in my life, and they're just none of them go together. It's like I also really like doo-wop, like any of those fun, like if I want to like feel good. That's not for like
Doo-wop. Hold on.
karaoke though.
Doo-wop is in
Like
like
baby love, my baby, like that kind of
yes, yes,
like
yes.
if I need to like be happy.
I love old I love late 50s, 60s. The 1960s was
Yeah.
fantastic for music.
Yeah,
The
it's
way
like
the
real
beginning of it
music.
starts versus the way the end of
Mhm.
the decade starts. I don't think we've ever had a
Mhm.
decade like that. And then you start seeing the splits in music, and where you had like Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones were very similar where they started, and you listen to their later music. It's so vastly different, but still great. And it was a great time. But
Literally nothing goes together on my playlist. I'm like looking down at it right now. It's like Notorious B.I.G. and then Camila Cabello and then Mariah Carey and Jay-Z and Mace and then Bon Jovi and then Uncle Cracker and then Jason Derulo and then Whitney Houston and then Nelly and then Alan
you're like
Jackson.
I bet you're like a pop culture pop. So like
Like
when you said Whitney Houston, I'm gonna guess it is "I Will Always Love You."
Let's see. Greatest
That
one
or
of
"We Believe the
all.
Children Are the Future."
That one.
It's that one.
Yes.
That's so weird. I guess that. God, it's so
Mhm.
weird.
And then and then like Stacy's mom has got that song. And then
Great song.
yeah, it's just weird. Just random music. I don't know. I Saw the Sign, Ace of Base.
Mitchell and I have very similar tastes. AC/DC, Foreigner. I'm not that big into Foreigner, but Aerosmith, man, God, I love Aerosmith. They got a new album
Mhm.
out. Oh yeah, but Aerosmith, they're neighbors of yours,
Mhm.
Boston.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to know where one of them lived, where like near where I grew up.
There's so much I want to say, but I'm not gonna say a thing. Mama Ken was one of the songs that my band used to kick off to. But anyway, what's the it sounded like 80s glam rock, man. I love all that cheesy stuff, man. I love that. And I just of course though, so like I lived in the Pacific Northwest for a while. And that was that was a weird time. It's like everybody's like, oh, like, oh, I love like Pearl Jam or Nirvana and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, man, like when you go out there, just move out there, move to Portland. It's still there. That's all it is. All the music sounds exactly the same. And I was just like, I couldn't. But yeah, I like 80s. So glam. I used to hang with Joe Perry's stepdaughter. Oh wow, Alice Cooper's awesome. He's a great golfer. Do you know that?
Oh.
Yeah, he could probably get her. The neighbors of mine, Steve Tyler, came to my restaurant a lot. I served him. No, hold on. Are you doing the Esquire as in a play on words because like Esquire has no official title in America and like that's cool because I just assume you always assume attorney or of such. And but now you say, oh, your restaurant, like that's interesting. What type of restaurant? Not a pizza parlor, is it? But there's a lot of pizza parlors in Massachusetts. I know that. But Steve Tyler, man, that guy's awesome. He's got those. He's crazy. He's just awesome. But they have great stories. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just
Emily's like, no, I like to start my shows off reading poetry, and it's really far out of my comfort range to be talking about this crazy 90s music I like.
No, it's not
but,
that. It's like I feel like my brain just shut off.
Why'd your brain shut off? Because of me?
Because I feel like I just like I like ran the race and then across the finish line we finished the Karen Reed stuff, and now suddenly I'm like, oh, what just happened?
Oh yeah. See, this is why I always
She's
say
an
I'm like,
attorney.
it's funny. People come on and I was like, yeah, like I hang on the back row because I even have my stuff all into
I
streaming.
love everybody's like random celebrity encounters.
Flavor Flav. Oh my gosh, what was that like? Because now hold on, wait, Kelly, do you mind if I get asked a personal question of a genealogy question? Maybe is that what it is? How tall are you? Because I hear Flavor Flav is like 5'. He is a little short little guy. He's like a leprechaun with a clock.
He had the big clock on while they were dancing.
It was uncomfortable. Wait a second. Oh. Never mind.
Oh, do you know
Queen of
Yuri's
Hearts, I know.
nickname that got said during the trial?
Okay, first of all, no. Second of all, before you answer that, who said his name? His nickname?
So the nickname was invented by Turtle Boy and said by Julie Albert on the stand, and it was super embarrassing for her because she outed the fact that she watches Turtle Boy by saying the nickname that he calls Yuri. And it was doubly embarrassing because the nickname was Bukkake, which I didn't know what that meant until this trial. And then I made the mistake of Googling, and I wish I never had.
Don't, yeah, that's,
So if anybody else is like me and still doesn't know, don't Google it.
yeah, chat, like, here's the thing. If you hear stuff, especially like anything that comes out of like my mouth, if any of you guys ever know who Lesko Brandon is, something like that, anything that some of these people say, do not go to Urban Dictionary. Go to Urban Dictionary. And Mo Esquire, it was that blonde chick, right? No. New York was the one. New York was the right. That's Flavor Flav. Sorry. I meant Van Halen and wait, all of Van Halen is his early 80s or late 80s, because once I was not a fan of Sammy Hagar, of Van Hagar. Not a fan of that. I like Sammy Hagar by himself, but Van Halen's David Lee Roth. 5'2". Were you taller than Flavor Flav? That's what I want to know. Were you taller than 5'2"? Oh, he's short, but so am I. I'm 5'2". Oh yeah. She towered over him. It had to be awesome. Emily, who's your celebrity that you danced with?
I haven't done anything cool like that. I met David Ortiz at a Soul Cycle class.
Okay, who? Where?
Big Poppy from the Red Sox. I met him at a Soul Cycle class. We took a picture together. I was very sweaty.
Soul Cycle?
It's like a spinning class. I like that every single word in that sentence was not English to you.
What is going? I swear you guys are messing me up.
Yeah.
Spring break, you didn't you run into somebody, or I mean, you're in Boston. There's people there.
Not that I can think of. Also, if I wouldn't talk to a celebrity. I'm like really shy like that. Like even if it was somebody I like really, I don't know. I would be too shy to say anything.
I mean, you talk to people all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I get shy about those things. I
you have
wouldn't.
bookworm?
So the only
Oh.
reason why I took a picture with Big Poppy is because
Oh, you
we were
took a
at
picture?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the
Okay.
picture. It was my dad's birthday. My dad's like a big biker, like a spinning bike, not like
Yeah, I was
motorcycle
gonna
bike.
say, a biker means something different around here.
Yeah. And so my mom and I went with him to a spinning class. And at the end of the
For
class,
his
my mom
birthday,
was
you
like,
went to a spinning class.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, if someone
That's what
took
he wanted.
me on my birthday to a spinning class, I wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't go.
That was what he wanted. It was fun.
That's cool.
But my mom went up to him at the end and was like, can my daughter take a picture with you? And I was like so embarrassed. And then he was like, yeah. He was like, really
Is he
nice
in
about
there
it.
by himself? Like he's like, I'm in here.
Yeah, he was also wearing a Red Sox hat.
Was he playing ball at the time, or I don't know who he is. I don't.
Like one of the best Red Sox players ever, forever, and
I thought that was Babe
if
Ruth.
not, also just the best personality. Where did this just go? Why is everything so?
Wasn't that oh, what was that guy's name? Buckner. That was Buckner, wasn't it?
That's who the ball went through his legs.
Oh, you did know that. Oh, yeah, I don't know that guy.
Well,
how would you
locals
ever
will
know
know
that
him.
Wait, who would?
Everybody.
Wait, hold on.
Literally
That
everybody
guy?
else. Anybody in Boston.
That dude rides a little a spinner bike.
Yeah.
That's a big dude.
And he's just like the best person. And it was like the best year that we won. And yeah, he's just the best. And then he had a commercial where he said, you have to try my mango salsa. Woo wee. And it was the best.
Did you get him to say that when you met him?
No, I barely spoke. Look how sweaty I am. Also, I was so sweaty.
I didn't. I don't know if you
I'm, like,
noticed
so
or not, but like
sweat-
you look great in your picture. It doesn't look like you're sweaty. It looks like
I'm so
hey,
sweaty.
like
And I remember like I took my head off of his shoulder and there was like sweat all over his jacket.
did you? Oh, please tell me you just acted like that was just normal and didn't say anything.
No, I did not say anything.
Because I could see like be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I got sweat all over your shoulder. That would be a weird conversation.
This is so sweet. My dad is the best person. Actually, both my parents are the best.
Oh, your parents are that's awesome.
Truly phenomenal people. I got very lucky.
You know, we knew that. We knew how phenomenal they are because you're phenomenal.
Thank you.
You're a great
That's very
person.
sweet.
Hey, listen, y'all. I'll be honest with you, Chad. I was scared to death to hang out with this chick because I have been told Massachusetts.
That's so scary.
Well, Massachusetts women. Like, let me tell you what. I was not coming into the thing with high hopes, and we had a great time, and I had a great time tonight too. Not just that one time.
Yeah,
that sounded
you're the
weird. I
best.
just realized everything I said just sounded weird. Anyway, so you met Big Poppy. That's cool. That's a cool guy. But no.
And now you know who he is.
What position did he play?
Designated hitter.
That's why he's on the bike.
It was just a fun team too. It was like he was with Pedro and Manny. It was just good times.
So Buckner.
Why do you keep swearing?
That game. What was it? It was there's a controversial call at the plate, wasn't there? And it was like 1980 something.
1986, right? The ball went through his legs.
You're a fan. You're a baseball fan. We learned that tonight.
Yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan. He got a lot more blame than he needed to because he didn't like lose that game. It was just like a bad play. And then they blamed the entire series on him. Like I think there was another game after that. I don't know. I felt bad for him. He was not okay after that.
but who was it? Somebody came scored, right? And it was like they threw the ball and like it was a controversial call at the plate, right? When they held the whole thing.
Yeah. Yes.
The umpire of that game I'm buddies with.
Really?
Yeah, Dale Ford.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
he was
so
the umpire.
random.
No,
you don't
it's
know
not.
David
I got
Ortiz, but you know the umpire. I like
I
that.
got the baseball over here, so he signed it for me.
I know.
Dale's a
I need to
great
go to
guy,
bed
man.
soon.
Wait, are we leaving? Okay.
Yeah, I need to. But yeah, it's 12:30. I need to go to bed.
Oh, the time flies when it's not real.
But this was so fun again.
I love
And
it. What is your
every time that we do this, I have more things now I want to teach you about.
I appreciate, and you were saying that you said something earlier, or maybe it was the way you're explaining something to me, and I was like, I don't know if you realize it, like, and I'm watching the chat too. I think the chat might back me up a little bit on this, but this is very. I feel like we have a very unique dynamic that I've not seen on YouTube, and which is, I mean, I'm not going to question it. I enjoy it. Everything that's. I like to celebrate. I like to celebrate everything, but especially when something feels good and you meet good people like yourself. And I love this, and it's out of my. This is the only time. Oh my gosh! I just realized what I'm getting ready to say. I'm gonna have it's a confession. This is the first time I think, or the only time, however, that I have been the complete. Like you have complete control over me. You have complete. That didn't sound good, but professionally speaking, as a YouTuber, okay, like I would not let.
I don't even know what that means. What? Continue.
You're in control of all the buttons and all the stuff, and like the content, like in getting this, and my role is to not mess up. I know that, yo, we don't rehearse any of this
I had
stuff.
to do that after the first one when I would be like, and then what Yuri did, and then you'd be like, hold on, knock knock.
I thought, I had no idea what this was going to be like in that first one. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't. And usually, like somebody like cool like you, I mean, I didn't even know you were. I had a blank screen that whole time. And but this has been it's such a great journey, and it's funny. I get people tell me all the time, when are you gonna see him again? I'm like, I don't know, maybe. What he means is he's paying attention. Rosamond knows. Rosamond's like my sister.
Perfect. This is perfect because do I bully you? So maybe
Do
it's
I
just
bully me?
No. Loophole
No,
lawyer
you
says
don't.
I bully him, which might be a little bit true, but the reason I don't bully you, do I?
No.
So maybe somebody earns it a little bit. Not
This
you.
is
Nothing. Continue.
okay. I don't know anything. No. Listen, here's what's funny. So like people started asking me like, yeah, when are you gonna get to together with Emily again? So I'm like, well, I don't know. And then it's like I'm like, it's weird. I'm like, I don't even think she wants to be around me. Like she's way too talented anyway. And then, of course, everybody that in my weird squirrel world, like Rosamond here, are like, so when are you gonna have Emily on over here and we can, have a show? And I'm like,
I asked you for a link last
she
night.
probably really doesn't want to do it, I mean, because she shouldn't, because she has to protect her name, image, and likeness, all that stuff. And that's, I guess, what I was trying
last
to
night, and then you never got back to me. And also,
do. What?
Last night for your 8-hour stream, I said, send me the link for the last one after Carter goes to bed. And then you never did.
Doesn't surprise me.
I had a bunch of people on anyways. And I just do everything last minute. Like I messaged you.
No, I do everything last minute. That's why I'm terrified to like say anything to you, because I'm like, oh man, this chick's got her stuff together.
What time did I ask you to do this today? It was like 2. I was like, hey, you
That
want
was
to do
early.
this tonight?
Yeah, I had woken up because I had that stream last night. It was a long stream. I was very tired, very tired. And then
Yeah.
well, I got up earlier and ate some toast and then went back to bed.
Ooh, what kind of toast?
They have it at Costco. It's croissant bread. So it's croissant
Ooh.
as a loaf. Like
What?
you know, like regular, yeah, you know, like white bread, like sandwich bread, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it comes in a plastic bag. Everything's just like, but it is instead of making a little French, where they are, right? They cook them in loaf pans and slice it like just regular old white bread.
Genius.
So the first time I had it, I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I did not like it as much as I do now. It was good, but I felt like the texture of it and stuff, it didn't bode well. Problem is, I put a lot of jelly on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and so, but
you need like a sturdy bread for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like how like bologna's good with just plain old white bread. You know, like you don't want. It's like, this is a sourdough. Do you not like bologna?
I don't know if I've ever had bologna.
Do you eat boar's head meat? Do you guys have boar's head?
I don't like cold cuts. Cold cuts gross me out.
No, why is that?
I got food poisoning once from a turkey sandwich, and that was like 30 years ago, and I haven't eaten cold cuts since.
I hate turkey.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I don't eat turkey at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm like, because you know what happened to me was, I was like, why are we eating turkey at Thanksgiving? I don't eat turkey the rest of the year. Why am I being forced to? Why can't I eat lasagna? And then everything got better.
Yeah. And then you learned you had free will, and you're like, here, I brought lasagna for Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love you. I love that you said the whole thing about free will. That's when I discovered I could have ice cream for breakfast because I was an adult now. And then I learned that there are also some consequences to having ice cream for breakfast. I wouldn't suggest it's not the best way to start your day off.
I've had ice cream for breakfast multiple times, and with rainbow sprinkles. And sometimes I just put the rainbow sprinkles.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Yeah. I just put the sprinkles right into the ice cream. Also, I like microwave it for like 15 seconds, so it's not like hard ice cream.
Yes, I don't. I like it. I put a little milk on top, so it gets like a little crust on it. It's weird. I know. Needs to have Emily on when we watch the court. Oh yeah, the coin pushing.
I was like, this feels like an inside joke.
No.
I will come on anytime and get in on the inside joke.
No, the coin pushing shows. It's weird. Like first time I heard about it and I started watching, I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. And yeah, it is dairy. And it's become one of my favorite things because those casino music and all that.
Pictures.
Pictures. Where are they? Are you sending them or what's happening? I like Kelly. She seems like fun.
Send them to me.
That is awesome. By the way, Kelly's a fun name too. I love you guys. I love having fun like this. But yeah, the croissant loaf bread is awesome. Toasted, so good.
And I'm gonna watch the coin pushing.
But you can come hang out sometime if you want to. It'll take an hour. I'm sorry. It's on. I said it's on Wednesdays. Listen to me. That's usually when I played them. I can play them anytime because I'm an adult. I have to ask my wife if it's okay. I'm kidding. Ice cream. Do you have
nothing loaded?
What's your flavor?
Okay. I don't have one that I like always go to, but if there's like a peanut butter something.
Shut your mouth.
Why?
I judge a milkshake off peanut butter milkshakes.
Oh my God, yes, it just finally loaded. This is actually amazing.
I can't wait.
Kelly, I'm sharing them.
Yeah, she knows you are.
Because you post, I know, I'm just saying it. You know, I didn't want to share Proctor's things. Oh my God, this is unreal.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, there's more. Hold on. Wait, also, this is so real because how come all like the best pictures were in like 2010 and it's the worst camera ever? All my favorite pictures are from then.
You know. Oh crap, where'd he go? I just got one. Oh, here's one.
Amazing.
So I am addicted. Like I love this. Like this is a new thing. Have you seen about like that's awesome. By the way, Kelly doesn't age either. This is my new Kodak Clique. This is, and it takes, the whole point of this is that it takes images like the snap and shoot, you know, whatever, like throwaway cameras or whatever, the wedding cameras.
Disposable.
Yes. And there's nothing to it. It's plain Jane. And all these people are taking them and, you know, they have talent. They're taking pictures and stuff, and it looks very retro. It looks very, some of the filters they get on these things, it looks like, what's the, like a nuclear winter. So I don't know. It's cool stuff. I have another one in here.
I like that. I feel like technology swings like that, where it's like we get so like futuristic, and then there's like that nostalgia for the past, and then those things come back. Okay, I really do need to go to bed. Otherwise, I'm never going to.
Oh, you're not going to anyway. I can tell you that. It's that time. You miss it. You miss your window of opportunity, because now you're going to be like, tomorrow's Valentine's Day at school. Why would you sleep? When you were a kid, what was your exciting, like, was there an exciting day? Mine was the last day of school. Like, I go, get out of there.
You know what I loved when I was a kid? When we had field day, we would do like the potato sack race and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of field trips. I like that.
No, field trips
Mitchell's
too.
awesome.
But there was like field day. It was always like in June, like a week before the last day of school, and you would have like your team colors. So it'd be like everybody on like the pink team wore pink, and they had like there would be like a pink team in every grade level, and then like there'd be like a winner overall for like the whole school.
Like, I feel like those were a little too organized for the teachers I had. Was that like brought in, like it was an outside group doing that to like get data from us or something? Like, were we part of like
you for the army?
Well, maybe, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I have a question I was going to ask you earlier. Because I forget what it was. I wasn't making fun of, but those are the only words I could think of to say, like, when you're like, I like to start my shows off with poems. So are you a bookworm?
Yes. Today was also the first day that I ever started my show off with a poem, so I don't know if that's like a thing yet. But yes, I only do audiobooks now.
You only do audiobooks because of time.
Yes. Because my child does not let me read. And also I'm like, get weird about, if I start a book, I like have to finish it to the point that like I would like not sleep for an entire night so I could finish reading. And I can't handle that in my life these days.
You're a doer. Okay, I don't know how I want to say. I want to be like, I bet it's probably impressive. Who's your favorite author?
There's.
Oh, wait a second. Do I think it's contemporary or historic? Oh, that's a new one for me. Go on. Sorry.
What is his name? Who wrote The Passengers? John Mars or something. I'm really into The Passengers author. Is it John Mars? Yeah, John Mars. Okay, so there's this author, John Mars. He writes these like. What I'm about to say is not even like a type of book that I would normally like, but they're like this dystopian, like kind of freaky future books, but they're also like very realistic. So like The Passengers is about these self-driving cars that like take over. It's creepy. He wrote another one called The One that's about like a dating site that uses your DNA, and like they found a proprietary thing that finds like your soulmate, but then like some people were with somebody who was not their soulmate, and they would like do the match and then they would find their person. I think they're both shows now also, which I have not seen, but I like his books a lot. And then also I like there's a chick flicky author named Ellen Hildebrand that writes books about Nantucket, and those are just like make me feel good.
What was the dystopian guy's name?
John Mars.
See,
M-A-R-R-S.
It bothered
He
me.
has there's a series that's called something. There's like 5 books in this series. So like the Passengers. There's one about it's like a reality show where they go like adopt babies and people watch them in a simulation.
What gets you about the dystopian part?
I like a dystopian book that's like almost feels like it could also happen, and that like makes you think about what the
How you got
dangers of like the path that we're on right now.
Yeah, I love dystopian movies.
Yeah.
And when you said that, that's why I asked that question. What do you like about dystopian stuff? Because I was like, are you going to say it's what are the warning signs for the future?
It should be like
Of course, there would be rainbows because you would be attracted to the rainbows and you wouldn't realize that you're actually are you okay? Did you run over a cat? You wouldn't realize that you're being taken over by mind tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what's like fun. And it's like I like a book like that where some like or like with movies in your case where it's like anything could happen and it kind of feels like it also could happen in real life, but maybe not. I don't know.
Do you see the future as dystopian? Like, do you see the real life future as dystopian?
I think I don't know, but I do think that people need to be more aware of like the impact that the choices that we make now have on the future. I think there are some like things that people can do now that don't feel like they have any future impact. And I think they do, big and small.
Ooh.
This is like my favorite compliment because I like love fonts and color palettes. So truly the nicest thing that anybody could say.
What's your font? If you're writing something, what font do you use?
There's a font called like Luna Cottage that I use a lot. I don't know. I spend a lot of time on like font websites, just downloading fonts.
Hey, I have a question. When you did that picture, said the expert, you're like, we're joking around that day about like, you know, the pen stuff and all that.
Mhm.
Did you do that yourself?
Yeah.
You didn't do that yourself.
Yeah. Like Carter's teacher Valentines.
You know, I'm gonna get a poster made out of that.
If
I say a poster.
Can I make you like
What?
an actually real good one then? Like that's not just with marker. Like can I make it on my iPad?
Well, no, because in that way it's computer did.
My people.
But like when I
but
get
it's
stuff,
like, I can draw it on my iPad.
well, I was just gonna say like I was just gonna send it to Amazon, have them print it out. But yeah, okay. No.
I have to look at the one I sent you and see if I approve or if I can make it better.
Oh, you don't approve. So besides your font and all that stuff, what's the smallest contribution people can make to avoid a dystopian future?
I think I don't know the answer to that, to be perfectly honest. What do you mean?
Well,
The
you said
smallest-
that people can things they do can affect the future, big or small things that they do can affect the future. I just like wonder what's your one small thing that you look at? Like, here's something just stupid about me. If I see a nail on the sidewalk, in the road, whatever, I will walk across the street to pick it up. Because I have had a flat tire before because of running over it, and I hate that. And there's nothing ruins the day but more. So I'll pick it up and I'll carry it around until I see a trash can.
See, like that's something that's like so crazy to think about.
I've never
because
said that to
you
anybody
hadn't-
before.
Like imagine like you literally could have like changed somebody's future and not even know it because they could have like run that over and got a flat tire and they were on their way to a job interview and then they missed the job interview and then, like and those things really do make a difference. I mean, to me, I just feel like I think a lot about how I wish that, like, as a society, we spent more time considering other people. There's a philosophy, like thought project called The Veil of Ignorance, where the question is like, what is the society that you would design if you didn't know where you were going to be placed in it after you were done designing it? So it's like, how would you design like race relations and class relations?
I was going to say, at one point in my life, it had been all female models. You know, that was many years ago, but that would have been my society. Hey, man, cool.
It's like, and what would the rules be if you didn't know if you were going to be rich or poor, or if you didn't know where you were going to live? And how would you design, like, what would fair look like if you didn't know who you were going to be within that society?
See, this is the stupid part of me. See, I think that you have the answer right up the road from you, or the Plymouth Rock. I mean, the builders before, they didn't know anything, you know, and they get over there. There's no lights, there's no water, there's nothing, and they had to build their own society. See, you think it's funny because you take it for granted.
We're clearly doing really well over here.
But think about it, because of that, and it was like 10 years before another group tried to colonize in this country. But because of that, you know, we have.
I'm trying to go to bed for an hour.
It's not 1 a.m. It's 12:52.
It's about to be 1 a.m. I'm so tired.
I know. Go to bed. Why are you talking to me? This is what happens in slumber parties. Sorry. We didn't even get to talk about boys or what's your favorite shoe? I said slumber parties.
So, okay, now that we've done this twice, now we just need to do like a silly fun one at your house sometime and just hang out and do silly stuff like that. And then we can come back here and talk about Karen Reed nonsense again.
It sounds great. I mean, that's how we roll. I usually I do interviews. I don't know why. People are like, you know, you're good at that. I'm like, I don't think I'm good at anything. But it's stuff like this, you know. I started asking a question.
I like that.
No, I'm not. I'm not good at. I can't put Legos together. I mean, it's still sitting back here. I can't. I can't do anything, man. It's horrible. My life is. I think it'd be better if I had somebody else take the responsibility. All right, thank you.
I've had so much fun.
Hey, listen, when there are things I am the world's worst at communication. Okay. And like, usually like if I'm sending something to you, you know, I see a joke or I think of something, I have a moment that I never think about, like after I hit send, what my life's going to be like. So I don't see a lot of things, and I apologize. And then like, if you though, don't see what I send something to you and like, it takes you time, I think it's because you hate me. So I know it's a complete double standard there, but just wanted I apologize. I'm so bad about this.
Okay, well, I could never hate you, and I don't think you're bad at really anything. So you need to be nice to yourself.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on. Chat, thank you for putting up with me. And
this was so much fun. I need to go to bed. Yes.
Go to bed. You know what?
This is the best.
I love you guys so much. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave right now.
Okay, good night, everybody.
If you need a place to breathe, some stress to just relieve, then come watch Emily see, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey, waved bye bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Today, and now it's time to say goodbye. But before we say goodnight, just keep